Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. Another early start for us on a Thursday CAF update, but welcome to everybody who is here already. Decent turnout to start. Nice to see our usuals in the audience, West and Hobby and Mel and John and Mr. Easy Go Lucky and Matt Moore, of course. Mel, Mel, one of these days I should see if you'd ever want to be on the show as an interviewee. It would be a lot of fun. And Jeff and Dino, man, everybody's here. All right, so yeah, we're starting early, and Albert has not gotten in the building yet, so we're giving him a couple minutes. So we after last week's Comic Link auction, I was emailing with Josh, and he said, "We want to do one with a Comic Link again as a recap," and I said, "Sure." I just have to figure out how to squeeze it into our schedule, and so that's why we picked today at 8:00 to get things rolling. So I apologize for the early start once again. I don't have as long a show afterwards to do, so we might actually have an early night. You never know, but you know how Chris and I can talk about art, so it could be a late night. You just never know. Hey, Mikhail and Ruben and Gabe. So let's see. Nope, Albert is still not in the green room yet. He's just late. Maybe he's a little camera shy tonight. I don't know, but and I don't even see Nick's not at his computer yet either. But at any rate. So I hope everybody's having fun tonight, even though it's a holiday. I don't have any green beer with me at all, though I did keep the green light going on the back wall for one more evening. It's not one of my favorites, but Mr. Easy Go Lucky likes the early start. Cool. That's good. Always good. But 8:00's a little too early for me. I usually need time to prep and everything. Albert was hailing a cab, but the driver said next. That's what Tito says. All right. Yeah, that is a definite. I like that one. You guys are funny. I'm telling you, if you wrote the jokes for some of these shows, we'd be twice as funny as we are. But here, I see Nick just sat down, and Mike's been patiently waiting. So let me bring both those guys into the show. Good evening,
buddy. Hey guys. Hey everybody on the comment section.
Yep.
Jeffrey Moy, John McCluskey, Mel Benaventura, Mr. Easy Go Lucky, Mr. Red Jack, and of course, it would not be a show without Marcus Way and everybody else. Thank you for being here.
Exactly. So
hit that thumbs up.
That's right. We need all the thumbs up we can get around here. We've texted Albert, so we don't know. He might show up. He may not. You never know. He probably forgot. Even though he did commit to it, he said he didn't have a basketball game to go to.
He might have even thought that it's 9:00 because that's what time we usually do this.
That's true. That is true. I did tell him 8 though. I said we're going to start early because that's how those things go. Oh, and wait a minute. I think. Hey, Albert.
Wow, you got a haircut.
Yep.
So did I.
Hey.
A hair trim.
You got a haircut?
I did. Can't you tell? Look at that. No. I used to be down to like right here. So, what's that?
Look at this freaking guy like a whore. Oh, excuse me.
Oop. Hey, he's showing off his wares. It's like, we're like in a shopping bazaar.
Nice background. I don't want to look like I'm in a janitor closet.
Oh. This is the way we like to start off our Comic Link recap shows, everybody, with jabs by the participants. So,
janitor closet.
It's not a janitor closet. Janitors don't have scanners, Mike.
Looks just like the one from Seinfeld.
I think it's the Windex that keeps throwing Mike off.
I hope it falls down.
Yeah, Marcus did just ask, where's the Windex? So, all right. It's not there this time, Marcus. So, all right. So, big Comic Link auction last Wednesday. And, even we as Dueling dealers avoided that night, and probably with good reason, because Comic Link had another, I guess, awesome show and sale. They ended up with $2 million in sales. So, I'll pull up their stats so everybody can see them. This is their stats from the last one, and it's a downturn from the December auction, of course, where they hit 2.8 million, but they did hit almost 2.2 million in sales with about 50 fewer lots than last time, and so maybe not the same high caliber stuff, but it definitely peaking over $2 million. So I'm sure Josh is very happy with the consignments. Hopefully the sellers are all happy too. Hey, you need a drink of water?
I need a whiskey.
A whiskey. Well, you can get one of those too. So still a solid show for Comic Link. So there's that. But what we've done tonight, and I'm following the same format as always, because these things we didn't really have a lot of prep time for this. So I'm starting high to low. But what I would suggest to everybody in the audience is if there's specific lots that you want us to talk about, you have questions about, post them in the chat. I'll be happy to pull up any lot that you want us to look over and offer our comments on. Whether it's because you think it was a deal and you wanted us to look at it or whatnot, we'll do that. So that way, at least we're involving you guys in it. We're not going high to low like we always do.
Well, I want to chime in real quick on the stats that you showed.
Mhm.
If looking at the stats, yes, they had 50 less lots this time. But if you look at last year's winter auction to this year's winter auction, they're up. So I don't think auction to auction that everybody can always be up, but last year they were at 1.85, and this year they're practically at 2.2. And last year they
Same
had
amount of lots.
the same amount of lots, but this year they're up to 7,900 in average sales. So I think that, like I said, quarter to quarter, it's always hard to measure, but they are up from the last winter auction, which is really cool. It was a strong auction overall, which Mike will attest to in a little bit.
I think you will. What it shows definitely is the average price of art is going up, even in a 12-month period. So, yeah, that's for sure. Albert, if you want to get that whiskey, man, no one's going to say you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I gotta get something to drink. All right, I'll be back.
All right, go for it. I'll even mute your mic until you turn your camera back on. That way we won't hear him chug-a-lugging there in the background. Put a little green dye in it when you're doing that, Albert. But yeah, see, there you go. All right, well, why don't we get started on a few things? I'm going to try to pay attention to the chat, just in case anybody pulls up any links that they want us to look at directly. I'm going to go ahead and share the Comic Link website here with everybody. And you know what? I'll even put this link in chat in case, because I know it's actually hard to get back into Comic Link's past auction pages, and they don't make it easy, because they've since created these results pages that you can get to, and it's not the same kind of setup as we're used to seeing when the auctions are live. So so there is the link kicked out there for. Oh, actually, it cut my link in half. Look at that, son of a gun!
Wow,
That's not fair.
you're gonna have to go to tiny.
I know.
Tiny URL.
I'm gonna fix that right now. I can't believe that. I didn't know there was a limit to the size of a comment that you could put in there.
Yeah, 200 characters, unless you do a super chat, then it goes up from there.
Well, that I didn't know. Man, I got to do my research.
Yeah, that's how I started paring down my chats, learning from there.
Here we go. I made a bit.ly for everybody. That'll make it easier. There we go. Now that link will work. All right. Fix that. All right. So Albert's back. Let me get Albert back in here, or get his mic back on. All right, Mike, you did everything. Okay, his mic is back on. Hey, Albert. That doesn't look like a whiskey, though.
No.
All right.
This is the second time we're doing a show, and Albert's sick.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's start with the auction.
Yep. So first up, of course, Tales from the Crypt, highest priced item from the auction, $181,000 on it, 86 bids. So let me get down here to the art. Jack Davis artwork, of course. 181. Pretty strong price there. Did anybody, Mike, did you buy this one?
I was the underbidder.
You were the underbidder.
I really, really wanted. That was one of my favorite Jack Davis covers ever. So
I was actually
David Jack Davis
underbidder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I stopped at 3,000.
Oh,
that was just a thrill bid then.
It was.
But price wise, Mike, since you were the underbidder on this one, clearly you were.
Well, I just feel the way the Marvel market is. I just said I think these covers, these great covers like this, are like worth 200 grand now. And I bid 176, and somebody obviously had a way higher bid than that to get it for 181 because it's $5 grand increments. So I didn't get it. So that's the way it goes.
Albert,
But I always liked this cover.
I thought it went high.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Last year, I probably wouldn't have bid 100 on it. I'm just saying it's just what the market is now. So.
well, look, more of these are coming out, but as soon as they come out, somebody's absorbing them. If they're getting absorbed, they're going into the hole for a long time again. And there's a limit as to how many covers there are. So it's a strong price. It's a beautiful cover. And congrats to Josh, and congrats to the seller, and congrats to the winner.
Yep.
You know, like you said, Mike, last year you would have stopped at 100. Who knows where this will be at next year?
I think last year he wouldn't even bid 80.
Maybe.
Well, but that's where things are these days. Like we were just looking, that's what that chart shows as far as Comic Link stuff. Their average price has gone up at least. It's pretty close to 50% from a year and like 4 auctions past. So the trend is there for sure. But all right, well, let's. I think we've set our piece on that piece, as Albert would say, next. So let's go ahead and take a look at the JLA 91 cover and Neil Adams artwork, of course. And you're the Adams fan, Albert. What are your thoughts on this piece? I mean, what let me see here. 102,000.
Congratulations to whoever bought it for me, because they got a great deal. They almost tripled their money.
When did you sell this one?
About a year and a half ago.
So whatever. I didn't even do any market data searches before I got in here. So what was your price? Around 35?
No, I think it was 45. I sold it for
45?
40. Yeah.
Oh.
Sold it for 40. You got 102, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, it got 102.
Yeah,
No, all the heads
it was
were-
on
all
my
the-
site for about maybe 3 years at that price.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the heads were stats on the sides, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's not original. They use those stats throughout the whole
Right,
series.
but sometimes they are. So
No, maybe the first one, but usually they're not.
right. Yeah, I was shocked at that price, to be honest with you.
I'm happy that it hit 102.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Adams
Well, when
market
you're
is
shocked,
better
you
and
don't have
better.
to be upset. You can be happy.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy with that. I like all Adams cover over $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look, Adams art felt like it.
I mean, I think it's a great cover. I mean, with Batman holding the dead Flash, I thought it was great. I liked it when I had it.
It's a
I was
beautiful
sad I
cover.
sold it. I thought it was a great piece.
Yeah, it's an absolutely stunning cover.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I thought it was going to tap out at 75,000, and then
It's 75.
That's what I thought it was going to tap out at.
Oh, okay.
But still, you think about the original art on this is what, like 8 by 10 inches?
No, I mean, well, most of the DC covers always that big logo on top. So,
But I'm saying the
but a lot
size.
of them always have those heads on it. I
Look,
mean, it's a great striking image, I think.
Yeah, it's a JLA JSA crossover. It's actually, these 2 issues are fan favorites. It's Solomon Grundy. It's the little kid from outer space with his space pet getting separated on 2 different Earths, and it tugs at your heart when you're an initial reader, and it's really nostalgic. It's really, really nostalgic. I feel like Adams' prices had plateaued for a little bit, but as Albert is more than happy to indicate, this shows that the prices are going back up. I honestly thought going into this at 102,000, it might have gone to 120, but it's still a strong price no matter what. And the Adams market is just back on its way up. And look, even though the guy bought it from Albert for 45, and if he is the person who put it in the auction, after the commission, he still doubled his money. He made $90,000. If we want to be exact, $91,800. So he would have made $46,800. So
I gotta buy like that. How do
I don't know if it's the Adams. If Adams is it, I think it's because it was Justice League. Look at the
Justice
other
League.
cover that sold in Comic Connect. That Murphy Anderson. That got like $80,000, right?
no,
Mike,
that was like
Did you
46.
bid on it, Mike?
I bought it. It went for 46. I thought that was just as good as this cover, so I was
Oh, I
happy.
thought
to get it.
it went really high. It didn't go for 80. It
Went for 40.
46.
Went for 40
40. Okay. All right.
plus the juice.
There's no juice in it.
No, there's
15%.
juice in Comic Connect now.
They do 15% now.
Oh, they do 15% now. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, let's not talk about that before other auction houses start doing that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
never know. All right. So
X-Nay on the juice say.
Yeah, I have a,
Next up, what's that, Mike?
I said funny story about this. I bought this splash from inker Rick Magar, who lived in Akron, Ohio. I bought this from him for $350 back in 1992. I just thought that'd be a funny anecdote on that because he was the inker.
Yeah, we're all laughing.
$1,500.
Really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Really
ironic. $350 back in
Yeah, it's so funny. I forgot to laugh.
1992.
$350.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
this
Well,
makes- this
it
makes
only sold for
Marvel-
$84,000 more than you paid for it originally, Mike.
Yes.
Correct from the artist. $84,311
happy days.
on this Todd McFarlane piece with 103 bids. So that's there was a lot of interest in it when you're breaking 100 bids. Pretty much
This
anywhere.
is actually one of my all-time favorite Todd interior pages. I love this page. It's incredible. And the only other thing, it's a strong price. It's where the market's going. But I was about to say, Mike, this makes your Marvel Tales cover purchase look really good now.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is beautiful. So
Okay. Next.
Hey, I like this one. Oh, Albert doesn't have anything to say about this one. All right. Mike Pravanik said he would pay $360 for it. That's well, you weren't at
Maybe
the
not
time.
back in 1992.
That was probably when he was born.
Oh boy. All right. Still a strong price. McFarlane's Wolverine and a Spidey page is pretty good. So
Yeah,
but
McFarlane prices are unbelievable right now.
yes, they are. All right, what do we got next up? We got the Marvel Fanfare wraparound cover by Byrne. And this one went for 68,132 bids on this one. Man, I hate the fact that I can't get this thing. See if I can.
click on it.
Darn it.
It'll blow up. Click
Yeah,
on
but it throws it in a new unmovable window. Unfortunately, I can't even put it back in the darn thing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can do this. Yay! All right. There's always a way if there's a will. All right, so here we go. So again, what did I say? How many bids? 132, 68,000. Marvel Fanfare 45 wraparound.
The price is no surprise after the poster that sold on Heritage. It's a strong price. It's a beautiful page, and it may be with so many characters and such a great time. I think the only reason why this didn't go higher was because it was at the end of the Marvel Fanfare run, but still gorgeous and still good.
I mean, the other one was done much earlier on when Berman.
Yeah, like 5-6 years earlier.
Right, but it was also a poster that everybody had.
Yeah.
You know, it was at every comic store. People had them. They bought them. So that there is that difference. That's why I'm saying this has the only disadvantage this had was that it was at the end of Marvel Fanfare's run when people weren't buying Marvel Fanfare as much. And that poster just got a lot of attention. I mean, look, I could have seen this go as high. What was the final price, Bill?
68,000.
68. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I
Good
could have
job.
seen it that it might have gone as high as 75 or so, but 68 is still a good price for a wraparound cover where the big thing is taking your picture.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. And it's got Spidey on it, Mike. You should be happy.
Yeah, he's prominent. Yes, indeed.
I'm unhappy it has some Mariner and Daredevil, and I couldn't afford it.
All right, another strong piece out there, and then we got a McFarland right after that one too. This should be making Scott Wingo happy to see, McSpidey fan. So this one went for 62,000 and a little, and we got 137 bids on it. It's from issue 303. Oh dang it! That stupid thing won't let me do it again.
McFarlane dominated the top 10. I mean, what did he have? 4 in the top 10?
I'd have to double check when we get back to the list. I think you're right.
Well, it's because it's Spider-Man, the greatest superhero of all time. I mean, it's just a given, folks. You know,
Simple as that, Mike.
Albert, you should have been collecting Spider-Man, not Green Lantern.
I didn't collect Green Lantern. I collect by the artist, not by the character.
Oh,
Is that true, Albert? Is that true, Albert? You were always more focused on the artist versus the title or the character?
Yes.
Just curious. Okay.
Yeah. I was always with the artist. I didn't care about the title.
hmm
Mike likes the title.
And the character.
Amazing.
Yep.
hmm
Look, it's a nice page. It's got a good splash. You got the inset there. You know, it's a good price, a strong price. Like you said, Scott Wingo should be very happy. Great broken hip panel.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. So, yeah. Nope. Another strong price there in the market. What do we got next? John Buscema. All right. Well, anything by John, Silver Surfer is always going to do well. What do we got?
Well, Spider-Man is why this
Spider-Man's on this as well. Yes,
I had a
like,
feeling he was going to say something. All right. So 59,200 on this one.
Wow.
And
okay, this went for a bit more than I thought it was going to go.
Shocking. This was shocking. You know, again, another funny story. I had this whole book back in the day, and I thought this was one of the lesser pages in the story. You know, Mike, I had the whole story. I don't know if you know the story. The inker did Spider-Man's webs backwards, and Marie Severin had to go in and re-ink them all. So every panel with Spider-Man and the whole book is whited out.
Wow. Mike, I used to have the whole book too, but I also had the covers. You know, I read it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
But I was shocked at
the comedy
the price on this one.
I know these guys. They should have their own show together. But all right, so this one was a surprise to everyone. Then,
let me ask this question real quick from Mike and Albert. First of all, I thought this was going to top out at 30-35.
I was thinking 30.
When was the last time you guys? But when was the last time you saw a page from this issue? Because this is the first time I've seen a page from this issue.
I had them all. I sold them all in the 90s, 95, 1995, 96.
Albert?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pages in this issue.
Do you? Okay, I haven't seen one in a while.
But I didn't think it was going to hit that price. But
yeah,
2 people won it.
Yep. At least.
All right. All we keep saying is strong market, strong market. Hey, and remember, everybody, if you want us to talk about a specific piece, throw it in the chat. I'll be happy to pull it up and talk about it at any time.
Yeah, but so far, that's the one that went the strongest based on what people thought it would sell for. So if we're looking at percentage-wise.
Right.
This next one's pretty strong, too.
Josh actually sold the complete book a few years ago. I think it went for $130,000.
Yeah, that's a long story of the story.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that story.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's focus on this piece of art. $58,000.
Strong.
That's a real strong price for this one.
Yeah.
Very strong. Hell, didn't a cover just sold recently for 90 or 85?
Well, the number 2 sold for nuts, as you know, but
yeah, but there was another cover that came up. I forgot what cover it was. It only got like 80. I mean, this is splash. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather get
Look at what Nick Patera just wrote.
Let's see. If we had a drinking game where every time Mike said Spider-Man, every time Nick said hit that like button, every time Albert showed general disinterest, we'd all be dead.
For sure.
Oh, come on.
Albert disinterest. That's just interested in Mike saying, I got this funny story. I used to own this. I don't know if funny.
Well, if Spider-Man was in the background swinging, this would have.
There you go. Everybody take a swig now. Spider-Man. He said Spider-Man.
Everybody's got to
transformed into his era.
Everybody's got to take a drink.
Definitely have to have a drinking game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's going to be a short night, I think.
You know what? When we come down for CAFCon Live in January for the 20th anniversary, we'll have a live recap and a drinking game.
I think that would be fun. I hope all 3 of you are there with me when we're doing that.
We'll do the year in review.
Oh man! And Nick said he said that with love. Everybody, just remember that. But so 58, very strong. I agree.
Yeah.
It's
too strong in that one. That one's crazy. I thought, but 2 people wanted that one.
You're a Barry Windsor Smith fan, right, Albert? I mean,
I love Windsor Smith, but 58 for this one? Wow.
Because I was at the Marvel exhibit. Wasn't that Wolverine piece? Was that in your collection, or am I thinking of somebody else now?
Yeah, it's in my collection. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Conan number 7 sold for $160,000 for the complete interior. So I was off by 30.
Number 7 sold for 160.
Yeah.
The cover?
He's saying the complete interior.
Oh, Dina, yeah,
Number-
Dina's
The
got
home
it.
story. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
but,
got the wrong story.
But Mike has a real funny story about that story.
No.
Oh,
We
no.
don't want to talk about it. Let's keep going.
Let's
All
go
right.
next.
Yeah, we're going to the
Who's this
next
thing?
one. This is J. Scott Campbell, Renew Your Vows incentive cover, and it sold for $44,800, 74 bids. That's, I mean, I know that Campbell probably isn't like in both of your in anybody's wheelhouses, right? But as far as like collections, but that's a strong price because we've been seeing a lot of Campbell covers on the market of late, and they've all been falling in the the high teens, low 20s.
Yeah, there's a few that slipped through the cracks that went for like 12 grand lately, but
Yeah.
the solid ones have been the high teens, mid 20s. This went for higher than I thought it would. I think that here's the thing. Going with something that has a lot of images, this is one of the Campbell covers where people were criticizing the way Mary Jane was drawn. So a lot of people have seen this cover, and that may have been a factor.
Well,
This and the Spider-Man 501 are the two of the covers where people have gone out of their way. Oh, okay. And it was also a sideshow statue.
Yep.
well,
James
if Spider-Man wasn't on this, it would have sold for about 15.
Oh, Jesus. Next.
Yeah.
I'll tell
At
you
any
what,
rate.
you
Hey,
said
take another
501.
swig. He said Spider-Man.
I'm
By the
still
way,
looking for the Spider-Man.
it's Peter Man or Spider Parker because he's got his
Well,
mask half off.
Man, you can still see Spider-Man's eyes, so he's sort of on it.
Okay, another swig.
But I'm looking for the cover to Spider-Man 500 if anybody ever sees that
There
one.
you go. Get another one.
Yeah,
How come Mike's the only one not drinking?
I'm gonna need
You
a
gotta
case.
You got to say something different, but all right. But I'll tell you, the sideshow factor is something that is not to be, thought of in a negative way, because I think sideshow has always done a good job with their PR. I mean, and the statues they make, and even their limited prints sell for a lot of money. So
They do.
I guess now that I know that, I can see why maybe there was a bit more interest in this one than a typical one that we've seen from Campbell in the past.
Now, I need to ask James a quick question. Are you saying if Peter was holding Wolverine or if Wolverine was holding MJ? I just want to make sure I got it straight. What would make it 50 grand?
Can we just go on? Okay, hit the Captain America cover.
There we go. I'm on the Captain America cover now. We got
Hey,
Captain
let's-
America
let's blow it up.
191.
Let's go.
Yep, Sal Buscema, Frank Giacoya, $42,000 on this one. Let's get this thing in a bigger window.
Mike, you get this?
I won this cover. I thought it was actually in this market. I thought that was a deal, so I won this cover.
Okay.
Oh,
I
did
think
not
it's
know that.
I think it's the right price, but when the next Captain America movie comes out, it'll be cheap.
Yeah. What did the Sal cover it was Buckler. The Buckler 166 went for like 70 something in a Comic Connect.
You know what? Off the top of my head, I don't remember what that looks like.
Yeah, is he battling the mummies?
Okay, like I said, I think this one for the right price. It's a
I
good
get the
price.
Still Man looks cool. You got a great image of Falcon and Cap. So
Yeah,
I love Giacoya's inking on Cell.
and it has a great villain. It has a Daredevil villain. If you're going to bring up Spider-Man, I'm going to bring up Daredevil and Submariner.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, Alberto was the underbidder. He's mad at you.
Oh, there, Alberto.
So I should be mad at you for making me pay more.
You can look at it either way. Well, congratulations, Mike.
But listen, it's a great cover.
I personally thought it was going to go for 60 plus, so that's why I wanted. I didn't think I was going to get it. So,
well, now you know, Alberto. Now you know where Mike's limits are, so you can get him on the
Don't worry,
next.
Alberto. He's going to sell it.
yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, see?
All right, next up, Amazing Spider-Man, John Romita and John Buscema page. Let's get this thing up here. What did it go for? 35,555.
I went for a song.
Let's go here. Did you get this one, Mike?
I did.
Oh, for God's sakes!
I had it and I
should've-
sold it and I bought it back. Yeah.
I should have asked ahead of time which pieces you picked up.
Wasn't this on your website for a little bit, Albert? Was this one on your website?
I think I had it one time, yeah.
I think you did. Yeah. I just like the bottom spread. Yeah.
Well, all the panels are nice on this one. So, but Mike, since it's in your wheelhouse, right price then? I mean, you picked it
Yeah, I
up.
think so. That's the market. Yeah. I
It's
have a lot of
definitely a
pages
unique.
of that book,
Look,
so
it's
I
a
bought it
unique
there.
combination. Romita ink by Buscema.
Yeah. Well, it's Romita and Buscema pencils and then Mooney inks.
Oh, okay.
They give them both penciling credits, but you can clearly see the John in it. So,
Okay.
Yes, you can.
but I just liked it. So,
All right. I can't argue that. I was looking at a lot of Romita senior art the other day at your place when the guys were over. So here we go. FF 112 page went for $30,000, 96 bids. Buscema Sinat, awesome Hulk and Thing battle page.
oh, that's a great page.
It's a great page. Josh has done a great job of breaking up this issue. He's been selling pages on this for the last 2 years.
Oh, so he had the whole book, huh?
Yeah, he's had the whole book, and the prices are just getting higher and higher.
This book was almost complete. The guy was missing, I think, 2 pages or something.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize any pages
So
were
I
missing.
guess he put it all up in comic link, and
Yeah.
because I know the guy who was trying to complete this book, he was just missing like nothing pages. They were like they weren't even important pages, the ones he was missing, but he broke it up.
But he had all the best pages.
Yeah, he had all the best pages. What he was missing was like character pages, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, so good for him.
Yeah, like I said, Josh has been really doling this out. He didn't put the whole thing out in one auction, and
he didn't do a heritage on it. Just throw it
out. And
you got to have a strategy sometimes, right? I mean, if you want
I think it's a smart strategy.
I think it's if you can wait for the money, it's a great strategy because every time people who missed out will go higher and higher, and that's what's been happening. And you know what? The pages are worth it.
Yeah, this is a really good page.
Yeah. It really is. I wish I owned it.
It's one of the best pages in the book. It's a great one.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really nice one.
Wow. All right. One day maybe I'll own. No, I won't. I'll get over that right now. All right. Well, so but price wise though, I mean, I guess 30,000. Was that where you guys were thinking it was going to end up?
I don't know if I thought it was going to go that high. I was thinking 22 to 24, but it's not like but it's a great page.
All right.
Agreed.
You can't put a price on great comic art, right?
Well, apparently you can, but
all right. Well, here's another 30,000. Another mixed Spidey.
I was actually hoping that this was I was praying. I knew I wouldn't get it, but I was praying it would go for less than 20 grand. I love this page. I think it's a great, fun page, a telling page. And, I mean, hey, if you got 2 little black balls of Venom and Secret Wars going for 300,000, 2 Venom, 1 Venom hand and 2 panels, I guess 30,000 is good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It is a really great page, but yeah.
I wouldn't call it a really great page, but
story wise, from the story wise,
it's a fun story page. Yeah,
don't make us drink again, Mike.
I mean, come on. Would you rather have this or the Hulk Thing battle page? I'd rather have the Hulk Thing battle page.
Well, that's where we differ. I actually would have rather have had this page.
But obviously, it's Spider-Man, so it's always going to go for more. Oh, sorry about that. Amazing Spider-Man too.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right. Even Mike has to drink now. All right. So we got the Warlord 29 cover by Grell, of course, and this one for $27,500. Probably, one of the more most famous Grell Warlord covers that are out there, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a really good cover.
No, that's a great cover, and it's one of the most famous. This was in the house ads. This was everywhere. I think this might even have been in one of the subscription ads.
Yeah, and this is a great cover.
I really like
this cover.
And I think worth every penny. This may be hands down the best Warlord cover.
Yeah, it's a really nice one.
Agreed.
Yeah. So God bless Josh.
I think it went for a fair price.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think Grell's kind of underappreciated as an artist? I mean, just because of the titles that he's worked on. I mean, Warlord was obviously something where
I mean, a Legion superhero cover comes up, or Legion's superhero pieces, they'll go for pretty good money, you know.
Yeah.
But his second best thing, I guess, is Warlord, and
Green
then after
Lantern.
that, I guess John Sable, right? Or
No.
Lantern.
Warlord, and he had the Green Lantern run. Mike got it right this time. Without Spider-Man, he got it right. No, the Green
I was never
Lantern,
crazy about his Green Lantern run.
you know what? It doesn't matter how crazy any of us may have been or may not have been. Those
Love
are his
Warlord, though.
second best-selling covers. I think Sable comes in a distant third at best. I think it's Warlord.
He created Sable. That's his character.
I understand that, but not enough. Listen, Sable's one of my all-time favorite independent characters. That and American Flag, I loved. But when it comes down to this, it's going to be Warlord. It's going to be Green Lantern covers. It'll be Legion of Superheroes. And then Green Arrow Longbow Hunters. I mean, distant third. Listen, Sable's probably like distant seventh at this point.
7. Oh,
Yeah. It's right before Shaman's Tears.
Okay.
Man, I never read Sable. I hate to say it. I'm
I like
sorry,
Sable.
everybody.
Oh, it's a great book.
I'm going to have
really
to go
a great
back
book.
and read it. All right, so this price was where everybody was expecting it to be. And
You know what? On this one, I would not have been surprised if it went for more. It's a strong price. It definitely went for a strong price. And whoever got it, you know what? They got one of the arguably the best Warlord cover of all time. So congratulations.
should we look at this next Todd McFarlane?
No.
Since
We've seen enough.
Well,
it went for $27,250. It did have Spider-Man on it. So that's from issue 319,
Next.
And it's probably right where it's supposed to be price-wise, right, Mike?
yep, I agree.
All right, he didn't even say it. Everybody,
Wow, he didn't say it. Wow.
nobody had a drink on that one. So
There's too many of them in this auction, you know.
Michael Turner. Let's see, what did it go for? I skipped right past that. 26,750, 77 bids. Turner's art is always going to be expensive.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be in the 20 to 25 range, so went for the right price.
Yeah,
we're
there's a lot of characters on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a really known cover for him, but
You know what, Albert? Here's the thing: it's Civil War. It's a known cover to people that are probably in their 30s to 40s right now that have a lot of money. So it went for the right price. You've got a good amount of X-Men on the cover. It's the Civil War series. So many people read that, and it's just beautiful. It is drop dead gorgeous.
I'm not ignoring Jason. Jason thinks I'm ignoring him in the chat.
I'm definitely ignoring him.
That's because he asked you if you would have him over to your house to look at your art collection.
I have to kill him afterwards.
And James said we're all ignoring you. Oh man.
I'll have to bury him in the basement. Okay.
You shouldn't tell anybody where you bury people, Albert.
Oh, no one knows. No one knows. Jason's never going to get over there anyway. Next up is this Avengers number 8 splash page. And Mike, I think you actually told me you bought this one, but this was 25.
Mike, you get this?
I thought this was the deal. I thought this was the deal of the auction.
I thought so too. I lost. I made the last bid, but I lost that one. But I thought this went pretty fair. I wish I bid it higher.
It's the whole group. I couldn't believe. I was expecting it to go for 40 plus. So.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mike. I pushed you up there.
Yeah, it's all right.
Not
I
so
was
bad.
happy to pay the price I paid. So.
And just over 25.
I thought it was going to go for 40 plus. All of them around the table, and it's still a 3/4 splash. I just thought it was cool.
I thought it was a good price too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to even bid on it. I didn't think I'd ever get it, and I did. So.
And you almost have Kang the Conqueror showing up.
Where?
On the TV as soon as they turn it on the next page.
Oh, is that right?
It is the first issue of Kang coming in. And no, it's a good point. You know, it's what, a 3/4 splash. So
yeah.
Congrats, Mike.
A deal was had. Right?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Funny story with this one. I bought Kirby's 2/3 of this book.
Oh,
And
you're
I
back
paid
in the
them
day?
$1,000 for all of it.
For all of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
What year?
What year?
Well, it was way back when.
80s.
80s.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I wish I
I
was
bought this whole
collecting
thing
back then.
from. They hated this book.
Really?
Why? What didn't they like about it?
They didn't think it was. They didn't like the look of it. They
This
really
is
hated
the
this
last. This is the last issue Kirby drew before he took an 8-month break. You got to keep
Correct.
in mind that
book. Yeah,
Kirby
they didn't
issue-
like this. Well, the
Yeah.
family didn't like it. They got rid of it fast.
Yeah, he did the first 8 issues. Then Don Heck took over, and then he came back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 2/3 of this book for $1,000.
Nice.
Man.
Funny story.
Funny story. Yeah.
Oh God! Thank God Mike stopped that funny story. I thought he was about to tell one.
I was sweating there for a second. All right, so we got a Rob Liefeld New Mutants 100 page that went for $24,250
I think
Yeah.
that went on the low end of fair.
from some
I
of the
thought-
prices we've been seeing lately for Liefeld. That's probably true.
Yeah, issue 100. You have 3 characters that he co-created. You have Shatterstar, Domino, Cable, and considering I know a collector who's trying to buy these all, and he's competing against everybody that just wants one page. 24K is 25 to 30 is a good price. So definitely did well, and it was just well positioned, well marketed. I just would not have been. I thought it could go as high as 30, but 24 is good.
So did your friend get it?
I believe so.
Good for him. Yeah, if you pay the most and you love the stuff.
Yep.
Good for you.
Oh man, it's a you know who on the next one.
Yeah,
Ramos.
Humberto Ramos. It's an Humberto Ramos cover. That's all.
Yes, that's for okay.
That has to be a record for his stuff, doesn't it?
So what was it at? It was 23,750.
Well, keep in mind, this is the 3rd Amazing Spider-Man title. This is the 3rd time that there was an Amazing Spider-Man title. I think we're up to 5 or 6 now, but
He looks like mentally deranged Andrew Garfield.
Sure, but Marvel gave this a big push when it came out. Umberto was a fan favorite going into this.
No,
His
the
art-
comic is very famous. Yeah.
Yeah, so not a surprise at all. And I wouldn't have been surprised if it went for more. But it's a strong price, and it's a good price, and it's a great cover.
Well, Ramos should be happy.
Yeah, this is after the Superior Spider-Man story arc. So this was after 700, and then Doc Ock took over as Superior Spider-Man, and this is Peter Parker coming back. And, he brought the fun back into Peter Parker, Dan Slott and Umberto. And you got to give Dan Slott credit. Dan wrote a great story that really built up anticipation to this series. So not a surprise at all.
And it's signed by Stan Lee.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it is. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice it either.
But the main thing is it's a Spider-Man cover, so it sold for a lot. Oh,
I knew we were going there.
Mhm. Wait a minute. Why is the next one?
What?
We should just
Let's skip the next one.
it's another J. Scott Campbell
Oh,
connecting covers from 2 different books, and it's
two
got
covers.
Spider-Man. It's 2 covers. 2 covers that sold. Here you go, 22,250. I mean, that's like more in the where we're used to seeing a lot of the J. Scott Campbell's artworks go. So, but there you have it. We're not going to talk about it because it's got that guy on it. Why don't we take a look at this next one? The Gene Colan Detective.
This
510
went a
cover.
little higher than I thought it would go for. This has been like in 3 auctions in 2.5 years.
I feel like I've seen it a few
I
times.
sold this cover like 2 years ago for 10 grand-ish.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think it
believe
was
it.
in Comic Link, and
It's
then it
been
went
in-
in Heritage, and now
Yeah.
it's back in Comic Link.
Isn't that funny? I thought it
Yeah.
was in several auctions.
And I thought it would top out at 15 or 16 grand, but it went for more. So
What do you think, Albert?
Yeah, I thought it went really high. I thought it was more like a 15 grand cover.
15? Yeah.
yeah,
I was thinking 15 max.
Yeah, but somebody won it. Good for them.
yeah, Probably somebody who missed out the last two people that missed out the last two times.
It's just weird, to us guys that have been in it a while. It's just odd thinking of this current thing and like it's 40 years old.
Well, I mean, take that out of the
I'm just
equation.
saying,
This isn't an action cover. It's not like it's Batman fighting somebody or standing.
Oh, it has a villain and it has.
Mad Hatter's a major
Portrait.
villain, a semi-major villain.
No, he's a minor major villain. He's like
He's known.
Yeah, he's like
He's a known villain. He's not that minor. Minor would be some kind of weird crook or something.
Well, I said a minor major villain, like a B. He's like a BB plus.
But I'm never a big Colin Batman fan. I hated Colin on Batman.
Well, again, this was a really good, strong price. So God bless. And you know what?
Good for them.
We'll see if it shows up in any other auctions.
Let's see if it shows up in Comic Heritage again, or on Mike's site.
Nah, probably not.
You didn't get that one, right?
I already sold it.
You get things back
occasionally.
All right. Next, we got a David Finch Batman Dark Knight cover. This one went for $21,250.
Bam.
Yeah, Finch prices are going up. Bane breaking Batman's back is classic. That's a good price. Strong, but probably right where it should be in the 20 grand range.
Yep.
All right, then. And what year was that? Oh, 2012. All right, I was curious. All right, well, that's a good price, but everybody says it's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair.
Next up, we got a Ron Lim cap cover.
This
Alberto,
one surprised
I
me.
off this cover for you, Alberto. I hope you got it.
This one surprised me.
Yeah, it surprised shit out of me too. Wait, Mike, you got it?
No, I'm assuming Alberto got it. I'm guessing.
I mean, it's the Serpent Society, and I don't think Miss Marvel or Paladin added to this. So,
3 heroes. But,
right? Sure. 3 heroes. 1.5 heroes.
Hey,
maybe.
he got it. Alberto won it. Yay!
Oh,
congratulations, Alberto. So yeah, this went for I think 3,000 more than I thought it would. But
I won it, but I got an offer for $7,000 more the day after, so I sold.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And as Ron Lim says, never underestimate anything by Ron Lim.
Well, the other thing I was about to add in is if Mike was the underbidder, it was still at wholesale, and Alberto just confirmed that because he sold it for $7,000 more.
So it's a strong price, but it even sold for a stronger price after the show.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Alberto on that one.
Congrats on buying it and selling it.
They got on those CGC birds. They got to put him on flip of the day, huh?
Oh, that's not nice. Even Ruben said nice flip. Yeah, that happens sometimes. See, it happens to everybody. You can't call people names, but just because the opportunity presents itself.
Absolutely not. It's all numbers game. Turn that money into something you like more. That's how I always look at it.
Exactly. If I only had that, well, never mind. All right, let's move on to the next piece. So, strong price, stronger second price. So what do we got here? David Lloyd, V for Vendetta, just over 20,000. And I mean, Albert, this is kind of up your alley. I mean, as far as David Lloyd pieces. So what do you think on this one for 20?
I thought it was a strong price. It's no V on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it would hit that type of money.
The girl looks exactly the same in every panel.
Well, it's drawn. It's not like a stat, but
I know, but she looks literally exactly.
Well, that's the look. She's supposed to be, she's
Yeah.
supposed to be looking that way.
Zombie-ish.
Yes. So, yeah, I thought that went pretty high.
You know what? All the good pages that keep. Dino said basically what I was about to say in a way. All the good pages that have come out have sold. So even pages without are $20,000 feels like where the new price is.
I guess so. It's I think it's a strong price, but okay.
Next.
Yes.
Well.
Next. Are we supposed to finish at 9?
Or thereabouts? Yeah, we're wow. It's almost 9 o'clock. We haven't really even got through the. Wow, this is going We got to speed it up, gang.
Yeah, speed it up, please.
Pass
All
the
right.
next one. It's worth it.
No, we're not going to pass the next one. We're going to talk about Neil
Oh,
Adams.
God.
All right. Neil Adams, Green Lantern page. This one went for just over 19.
It's a
favorite.
It's a good price. It's a good price. Considering the one where Green Arrow got shot from the same issue went for like 14,000. You're actually seeing Green Lantern in costume in multiple panels, and you're seeing him deranged from the drugs. I think this is a good price. I could have seen it go a little higher, but it's a good price. Albert, you're expert.
Yeah, it went for a really good price. It's from the drug issue.
Yep.
Well, the last panel is him shooting up, but yeah, I think this is it went pretty strong.
Yeah,
I'm happy about it.
I'm not. I went after it.
Okay, let's see here. Moon Knight by Bilson Kevich. This one went for 18.5.
I will say that is a really strong price, and the Moon Knight prices were all over the place in this auction. I actually got the only Moon Knight page that went for under $5,000. I got one for 3,300, but the prices were really all over the place. This was a really strong price.
Yes, very strong price for not even Bill's prime period. You know,
Great last.
It's not a really strong. I mean, it's not Bilson Kevich's strong page, you know, but character-wise, it's got a decent big panel of Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Yes.
the bottom spread is what did this one.
But it's not. It's not.
I think also this was the first one out of all of them, so this is the one people fought for the most.
I don't know. I guess somebody just
it's the
wanted a
best
big
one.
panel of Moon Knight, not because of the art looking good. It's just a big panel of them. You know, that's all. What issue is this again?
Sorry, 20.
20. Yeah, I don't think did Bill ink the issue 20? Okay, you guys in CAF knows.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think Bill inked this one. It doesn't look like it, but I don't know.
And Dino mentioned it got posted to CAF today. I actually was not on CAF all day today, so I didn't even see that. Awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, good for them. It's a strong price, but
They love it, and there was somebody else who went after it, so it's good.
yes, somebody else pushed them up too.
Yep. Next.
Trimpy Hulk from issue 180. This one went
The
for just
second
over
greatest
17.
superhero in comics. Yes. Okay, we can talk about this one.
All right, but yeah, it seems like a strong price. One Hulk, one image of Hulk there in there. I mean, what's
Maybe because it was 180, the issue
180?
before 181. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen.
I mean, it's got to have a little bit to do with it.
I've got a couple
Wolverine's
guys.
foot in there somewhere. I
What's
don't
that?
see it.
Spidey swinging by? What? Anyway, a
What
guy
did he-
emailed me once and says, "Yeah, I've been buying up Hulk 180 pages because 181 doesn't exist." And I said, "181 exists," and the guy was shocked. So people are thinking 180. They want pages from 180 because they don't think 181 exists. 181 does exist. So,
I think it's beyond that. I think it's the fact that
no, it's because it's from the issue where Wolverine first appears. That's the only.
No,
reason.
but I don't think
because it's 180.
I don't think two people thought that the 181 doesn't exist. I'll agree with the one thing that people are saying: if I can't get any pages from 181, I want 180 leading into that last page.
Well, then go for 182 because Wolverine appears on the splash to 182. Go for 182 pages.
I haven't
I
seen
agree
that
with
one.
Mike on this one. Can we
That's
skip?
because I
on
own
this?
all the
We're
pages.
pretty high. Let's go.
A very, very, very
I
strong
don't know
price.
why we're debating on this. Come on, let's go.
All right, Albert. All right. Tales of Suspense. Don Heck. What did it go for? Just over 16. Let me get this one up here. Lots of let's see, what do we got? Lots of early Black Widow costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does she get her costume in this issue, I guess?
She does.
Mm-hmm.
It's her first costume one.
Yeah.
This costume.
Yeah, it's a good price. It's a solid price.
Yeah,
That's
very
not-
solid.
Decent page.
Nice page.
Yeah.
All right. Fair price.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Buscema Thor, 221. Battle in Hercules. This one went for 15.5. Look at that last panel.
I was surprised at this price.
Me too. I thought this page would go for 7,500.
Yeah,
No.
I was thinking 6 to 75.
No.
Really?
Last
Why,
year,
because-
last year these pages are $3,000.
Yeah.
You
I
got
agree.
Thor. Listen, you
I
got.
know what we got. I'm just stating what they go for.
Guys, you got Thor: Love and Thunder coming out. You got Hercules playing a big role.
This was inked by Coletta, wasn't it?
A lot of people like Coletta
Esposito.
on Thor.
Esposito.
This guy on
Esposito
top.
also.
This guy on top. I think he needs to be muted.
Oh,
I mean, I would take
Well-
Coletta over Esposito even, but
Is it Esposito?
think-
Or is it
Esposito inking.
Esposito inked it? Whoever it was is not a great inker, but I don't know.
I
all
mean,
Yeah,
it's
right.
a strong page, of course.
Well,
but
see, 'cause-
it's just a shocking price. That's all.
It's
Yeah,
not a
it-
shocking price.
It's a
It's the
shocking
right.
price.
It's the timing of this page was perfect. It's a great battle page, and people love Thor Hercules battle pages.
What did it sell for again, Bill?
sorry. Let me see. I think what was it? Just over 15. Yeah, 15 and a half.
Shocking price.
No, it's not. Matter of fact, I would have been shocked if it went
I
for
would
less
have
than.
never even ever thought this would be.
I
that
would have
much.
been shocked if it went for less than 12K.
7,500 to me was a shocking price, and it went for more than double that.
Yeah, I thought the highest it would go for is 75. That's what I
Right,
thought
right.
it would go for.
All right,
Yeah.
we agree to disagree to disagree.
All right,
I
I
got
have
it.
a lot of these pages. I hope they all go for that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
me too.
I've got one set aside over your place, Mike.
You
I
have.
hope I hope that you leave the price at when I set it aside, which it was like 6
market
months
value.
ago.
Yeah, market value.
I think we wrote 6.5 on it. Diodato Spider-Man.
What is that? Oh, it's amazing. I'm
Yeah, 14.9. Joe Jusko. We saw one of these last night in Dueling Dealers. This is
Wait,
Mean
who-
Streets cover.
Who's the
Yeah.
character on that, Bill?
Yeah.
Next,
Yep. Next. So
I'd
almost
rather
15
talk
on
about
that
the
one.
Diodato, but let's
Oh,
get to the next.
Let's keep it moving here. Barry Windsor Smith. So that's a good one. That seems like it'd be right up your alley, Albert. Even though it's I mean it is. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna hate that. I keep
It's
clicking
got a
on
lot of glue stains on it.
that. It does, doesn't it?
And also, wasn't my favorite Barry Smith, but
But period wise, I mean that's
video-wise, it's great.
Yeah.
But the image-wise is not my, I don't know who can have that hanging up in the wall, but
When I
All
first saw it, I go, "Who wants a page with a shell, hermit crab?" And I go, "Oh, there's a chick attached to it."
I'm glad you took a closer look at it, Mike. 14,750 on that one.
actually, to tell you the truth, it wasn't that bad a price. 15 for a vintage Barry Smith is not a bad price. I thought that was a pretty decent price. Yes.
All right. We got another J. Scott Campbell Spidey cover. Went for
What?
just over-
Got a
Next,
drink.
I
next.
said it. It's only when you say it, Mike.
Oh, I thought
okay, here we go.
everybody says it.
I know Nick's going to want to talk about this one. It's Flash 249 cover. Went for 14, and it's Buckler.
yeah, I thought that went a little bit strong. I really was hoping it would top out at 10 or 11, but 12 was my limit, and it's a nice cover. It's one of those goofy Bronze Age covers
Believe
where,
it or not, I was the underbidder on this one.
Oh, okay.
The
So-
cover before and the cover after was my introduction to the Flash, and I just thought they were hilarious. Where the kid creates the villain, and then the kid creates a hero to try to save Flash. I thought these were just two very memorable covers to me.
No, like I said, it's those cute little covers, but it's nothing like, oh my God, he's fighting Heat Wave or Captain Cold or the top. So, like I said, listen, this is where the prices are going. I'm lucky I got what I got, and I'll be happy with what I have.
I just think it's cool because it's actually an artist drawing superheroes. So I thought it's great with the theme of original art. I thought this would be a great cover to own,
Yeah, well, and like you said, you were the underbidder, so obviously
I
the
thought it was
price
a cool
is right.
All
It
right.
was just very
Price.
memorable for me when I first got into comics.
What do we got? A Todd Infinity Ink cover.
I
It
can't
went
believe
for
what
it.
these covers are going for these days. I mean, obviously, this is the new market, and Mike bought a few of these. Did you buy this one, Mike?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, but
I
I mean,
bought the two that were in Heritage, but I didn't
Yeah.
get this one.
and this one went for more than the ones in Heritage, right?
Yes.
That's why he didn't buy this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had
Well,
a
I think
limit.
I was the underbidder on it. So
Son of a gun, Mike. What else we got here? Jackson Geis. What do we got? A artwork that was done for a print that went for over 13. Let's have a look at
I
that
thought
one.
this piece looked really awesome, but I the Stanley signature is what did it for me.
Is that why
That
you
made
bought
you.
it?
And
Did
it
you buy
has
this?
Marvel's favorite hero on it, of course.
I would not
Thor.
have been. I would not have been. That's right. It's got Thor. It's got Thor and Daredevil, Marvel's greatest heroes. I almost was. You know what? I mean, it's a good price. I'll go back to. I mean, look, Butch is not the everybody's fan favorite, but I wouldn't have been surprised if this went for more. But it's a good price.
It's a
All
cool
right.
looking piece, and it's big too, right? What was the size of that thing?
Where was
22 and a half by 20. That's a big piece.
Yeah.
Mel, I think you're right. It is a record price for Butch.
Oh, for sure. I would think so. Yeah. Unless he did something super famous like X Factor 1 cover or something like that.
Right.
All right. John Byrne Hulk page. What do we got? $12,800.
That was
Nice
a cool
image of the
looking
Hulk.
spread. Yeah.
Sure. But about where you would think on Byrne these days? What about you, Albert? You've owned a lot of John Byrne art over your years as a dealer and collector. Just over 12.
I thought it was going to stop at 8.
Yeah, I didn't think it would hit 12.
Yeah.
But good for whoever bought it. It's a
Yeah,
big
these pages are harder and harder to get. So
yes.
It's a seller's market these days. We'll
Sure
skip
is.
over the J. Scott Campbell, Jeff Darrow. What do we got here?
Darrow?
What would you guys like? Yeah,
I like
the
the
Darrow.
Well, no, I mean we can end it right now, but yeah, the Daryl went pretty good. I mean,
You
that
can
was
keep
well.
scrolling and see if something catches somebody's eye or whatever.
I thought the Huntress went for a lot,
Yeah, I was surprised at that price, but it's a first issue cover and a big image. Yeah.
and it's a new Huntress.
Yep, her new outfit.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
12,000.
Does everybody think this Harbinger is going to go for like $12,000 from now on? These
you know what? I'll try and be cute and say Dinesh must have been the only person who went for it, because if this was a few Valiant fans going for it, it would have went for a lot more. I think that this. I hate to say this. I think this slipped between the cracks just a little.
You think it went low?
went higher?
I think it could have went higher. Knowing the people that have been buying the Valiant art, I think there was a chance it could have went higher. Listen, standalone, not with like 3 Valiant people always buying these. That's a strong price, but considering where everything keeps going, it could have went higher, but it didn't. So
I don't know. I liked Harbinger as a series. I thought that was the best reading book of all the Valiant books.
Out of Valiant.
I thought that was pretty good.
I always loved Solar the best, but it might have been because Barry Windsor Smith did those 8 issues, the interiors. But again, this is key early Valiant. So,
Okay,
all right, let's see. Let's scroll down. The Ultimate Comics, that one for a good
for
price.
how much? 10,000. I thought that was not that high. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. No, I like
That's
that
a
image
nice
too.
Posada.
Got some. What about the John Romita Jr. Dazzle?
Oh, I will tell you, that was the thing that fell between the cracks the most. I cannot believe that went that. You know what? I have to say, I thought that was a $20,000 cover.
And it went for 10.
Whoever got this did get the thing that fell between the cracks the most. I cannot believe this. Would this go for under 10 grand?
Yeah.
99.88. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so 10 grand. I mean, I thought it was 20 grand or more. I mean, what did you guys think? This one threw me off. There's
I had
always
this on my site
something.
for 5 years. I couldn't sell it, but again, that's years ago. But I know who won this, and he's very happy.
Well, he should be.
Yeah.
Albert, what did you think it would go for?
I thought it was the right price at 10,000 or 12. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought too.
Like I said, Mike used to have this. Didn't you had this, right, Mike?
Yeah, I couldn't get
I
$3
remember
grand
that.
for it, but
I
again,
think
that's like
like
5-6
$2,000, I
years
think.
ago.
Didn't you have
Yeah,
it for
but-
$2,000?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
can.
it's a different era now. I know Dazzler stuff goes for a lot of money now, and it's Romita
guess
Jr.
so.
So
I don't know.
It's the only thing that really fell between the cracks. The only one.
I thought the Avengers 8 was a better deal, but it's okay. I think
All right. People have been wanting to ask about the Authority cover going for $9,400 by Frank Quitely.
I thought that was an okay price. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Quiley, it's Authority. I like that series.
Yeah.
Oh, heck
It's a
yeah.
good reading book. So
I finally have an interior page from Authority by Quitely. I'm happy.
yeah, I think
Awesome.
Authority is good. I think that's a fair price, not a horrible price. It's not.
It's a solid. It's a solid price. It's a solid
Yes.
price.
All right, is this over now?
Let's go to the. Let's just go to the next
Glad
page.
I was here. Thank you very much. You know,
Man, Albert, you've got your voice back now.
yes,
Yeah,
wow.
as it's time to leave.
And Mike say the final words so I can finish off the beer.
Oh, look, I hit next and it stayed on the same page. Why is that? Or did I? Oh,
they
maybe
want
I
us to
hit-
start over.
Yeah, no, we're not. There we go. Jeff Moy says Albert can leave.
Oh,
Wow, thanks a lot.
Ouch.
Man.
Who's that? Your brother?
that Romita
last
Captain
name,
America
like,
went for a strong
come on.
price.
Oh,
that?
the John Romita
Yeah, that one for a
illustration.
really- yeah.
Well, it's the first ever drawing, so who knows the price? I know the guy that got it. He was very excited.
Yeah.
But how do you know it's the first real one though? Is
Well,
it
it's done
published
in the
anywhere?
50s. It's his style guides for when he was doing the.
But is it
Okay.
published anywhere? He said it was his first.
It might be in one of the John Romita sketchbooks or something. I'm not sure, but
Because I don't remember this.
the guy that I remember seeing it before. A guy emailed me, goes, "Is this real?" I go, "Yeah, it's real."
Yeah, I just don't know anything about it. If it is, then he got a great deal.
Yeah, that's
I'd
the thing
say-
about it. John Romita's an
I'm
icon.
surprised
And
you
it's
didn't
the
get it,
first
Mike.
ever superhero drawing.
I'm
I
surprised
actually
you didn't
bid
get
on
it.
it, but I didn't want to bid that high on it.
Really? You're Mr.
Yeah.
Romita. You're
Well,
Romita man.
Mike
I know,
also
but-
has. Mike also has
Not
the
Romita man. Man up.
drawing of the badge or whatever. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Go to the Andy
But that's
Kubert. Go to the Andy
look.
Kubert.
Yeah, Lori said she picked up the Andy Kubert, the X-Men
Oh,
40.
nice.
Let's see here. So what did it go for? I went for just under 9, and real nice panel there with the whole team.
What did it go for?
89, 88.
89.
You got a good bunch of X-Men. It's a great page. It's beautiful. You've got Gambit, the Beast, Cyclops. I mean, this is the direction of Kubert art right now. This stuff is just going up and up. I mean, God bless Comic Link for having it, and congrats to Lori for getting it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, any X-Men page, like where you get a good shot of the whole team. I mean, even if they're hanging out in the Quinjet or in the mansion, usually goes for high. I mean, think about burn pages now. If anybody, because everybody wants that team shot. So nice pickup, very nice pickup. Here we go. I know Albert's getting ready to go here. So let's see what else we got here. We got some Bernie Wrightson, George Perez, Hulk Imperfect. One for 8,000. I mean, what do we? I haven't seen anybody else really ask for us to show anything. So
No.
let's see.
Scroll
No.
down just a little bit. Let's just see if there's anything else that pops.
What do we got? Brian Hitch, Don Newton, Jim.
The
Chung.
Don Newton went for a strong price.
From Batman 368 went for 7,600.
That's the first Jason Todd, right?
Yeah, I would have topped out at like 4,500. So that one for a good strong price, and congrats to the person who got it. It might be a strong price today, but next year it'll be like, oh, you got it for that. The Action 600 was a good price.
Yeah,
Perez
Perez.
and Byrne.
Yeah, no, that was a nice page. $7,600 on that one. No, I mean, lots of good stuff in here. The Massafera, Mike, look at
There
that,
you go.
$7,100 for that.
And that was
That's
just
just-
a commission drawing. I was shocked at that price. Whoa.
Yeah, it's not even
I've been
published.
selling them for 1,300, 1,400, but that was a beautiful piece.
Yep. We got Dave
Yeah,
Hoover.
art's getting hot.
Hey, Albert, anything that you want to look at before we we end this recap? Anything else?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I'm asking you.
No, nothing.
What people think of all those big, huge Kirby pinups?
Somebody
$6,800.
bought them all.
Yeah. I was shocked that the Infantino Miss Marvel price was
That was a really
record.
strong price.
That was a record.
Really, yeah.
Oh, the Mike Mayhew. Should I say it? Mike Mayhew?
Yeah, Black Cat. Go for it.
I actually bought that. I bought it at auction, then I traded it to a guy for like 15 grand of art, then I bought it back. I couldn't believe it went that cheap, so I bought it back.
Nice. The Brent, oh God, now I can't remember his last name.
What's that?
Brent
The
Anderson?
X-Men page. I'm
Where
sorry,
is
the John Romita X-Men page. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking Brent Anderson. That John Romita X-Men page was strong. That was a strong price.
Oh, for that one? Oh yeah, $6,600.
Yeah.
Albert, Larry wants to know if you were bidding on C-Link at all.
Yes, I lost.
He lost.
Yes, I lost the many items.
Maybe that's why you're dour a little bit tonight. You know?
Yeah, I didn't win shit. I mean, nothing.
Whoa.
Nada. I was shut out. Oh well.
Yeah, that's that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't happen at all.
And like you already said. Well, that's too bad. That's not fair, Albert. What do we got here? Uncanny X-Men 192. You said, yeah, John Romita Jr. went for $6,600. That's
that was a strong price.
Super duper strong price on that one.
Okay, this John Cassidy cover should have gone higher.
Here we go.
Yeah. Did you win it, Albert?
No, I didn't. I wish I bid on it. I forgot about it. That should have went higher.
It should have.
Yeah. There's not that. He didn't do many covers with all the full team on it.
That's true. Most of them
One
were
of the ones, it had
one
a
or
full
two
team.
character pieces. Yeah.
Should have went for like 10 or 15. But I wish I bought it. Oh well.
Well,
Didn't
you
get it.
missed out.
I missed out on that.
Again, that's one of the ones that slipped a little bit through the cracks.
Yeah, that slipped through. Congratulations, whoever bought it.
Crisis on Infinite Earths went for a strong price considering it's the Creeper.
Hobbies asked us about this Bagley Amazing Spider-Man page. Did I skip it? Did I scroll past it, or
You scrolled past
out?
it. You scrolled.
Oh, I
past
did. I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. Where the heck was that? Man, did I really scroll past
There
it
it
that
is.
long ago? Oh, there it is. There we go. What do we got? $7,200 on it.
Relatively speaking, the right price.
Yeah, probably got a mini Carnage on there.
Yeah, you got Venom and the Mini Carnage.
Well, you got Eddie Brock, but yeah.
You got Eddie Brock. You've got the Venom symbiote coming off him. Yeah, it's the right price.
Oh,
I think so.
there's hopefully that answers your question, Hobby. So right price on that one. So I don't know. You want to look at any more? I think Albert's ready to be done. His cough is coming back. But you know, it's
Okay, the Moon Knight. Let's look at this other Moon Knight page real quick.
That Moon Knight was a better page. I like that one a lot.
all right. Let's look at it. Look.
That's a good looking page.
That's a beautiful page. I don't think I was the underbidder. I think I was the second underbidder on this, but it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous
Well, if you're the
page.
second underbidder, you're just a bidder.
Thank you. That's better than the DC Comics cover where I was the 28th underbidder.
Entity.
All right,
Okay,
so how much
that
is
was a
this?
good page. That was the page that I thought was going to go higher.
No, I think it went for the right price. I think the other page was really strong. I think this one for the right price.
I think this is a better page.
Aesthetically, yeah, I like this page more.
I'd take the other one over this in a heartbeat.
You take the other one over this in a heartbeat?
Yeah, with like a half splash of Moon Knight at the bottom, absolutely.
Again,
Marcus,
Well, I like the setup on this. I get his technique and everything, but I think the other one is far superior.
All right, next.
Yep. Everybody who gets a Dueling Dealer card and takes it to Albert of his Moidoc, he will sign it for you, everybody. Marcus is wanting us to remind everybody that
What?
Albert will do that.
No,
The Moidoc cards.
I won't sign. I don't recognize that.
Oh, come on.
You're
now.
part of CAF and Dueling Dealers, Albert. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm a part-time player there.
Yeah, I know, and that's your part time is signing your card.
Yeah, I don't need to sign anything.
You got to at least sign my cards. Come on. All right. We'll work that out later.
I don't know how. Anyway.
All right. All right. Another Moon Knight, of course. Well, I don't know what else. Yeah, I think we've hit on all the big stuff. I mean, I think we've hit.
Well, I tell you, look at those Ernie Chan Batman pages. I'm just saying, I mean, they were under $500 2 years ago, and it's just amazing what the Ernie Chan Batman market has jumped up significantly.
Yeah, no, it's a good page for the
Significantly.
strong price.
I mean, those were $250 to $500 3-4 years ago. But I'm just saying they've really, really jumped up. But I always thought his stuff was undervalued. So Ernie Chan I thought was great on Batman.
That makes one of us.
All right. Well, we've hit the end of page 2. So I think we can call it right here. I think
Nobody
we
asked
covered
for
a fair
anything.
amount.
Nobody asked for anything special, so
I don't think anybody cares.
Oh, they do care. They all care. Come on.
that's why they're here, Albert. They're here because they care.
They care for they care for the drinking game.
It is St. Patrick's Day. So, we got like 95 people watching the show right now. So they're here. They care. They want to know what we have to say or what you guys have to say. I'm just the host. You're the experts. So, see, and even Mark Levy said we care. Exactly. That's what I say. So, let's see. Ted Lantner. Well, I mean, you know what? I don't even know what the Hague's Secret War.
I'll actually answer that. I'll answer that because I won't say by.
Well, what did it go for? I mean, I didn't watch.
I think it went for 28 or something.
Okay.
But what is it?
Secret Wars number 8 page with a few villains on it.
Hulk and the Enchantress and.
I know, God, I used to have a couple of them, but oh well.
Hold on, I can pull it up.
But 28.
It's just a page from the book with just different characters in it.
But thoughts,
$20,299.41. So 20,000.
20,000.
So
okay.
my 2 cents is that it's a good price. It's a good price, and somebody offered me another page from that issue, wanting to sell it for $150,000, and it had no Venom, no nothing. And I was like, what? So, I mean, I guess that's the 20,000 range for that issue without Venom is a strong price, and I guess that's the new world order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everybody would like to have a page for sale from that book now, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I know we'll all be back for the Heritage recap, which is about a month from now. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I know that auction is
the 13th to the 15th, something like that.
The second weekend in April. So I know that I've already got it on the schedule, everybody. So whatever Tuesday is after that, we're doing an auction recap, Albert. So no Knicks games for you that night.
When is it?
I'll find. I'll even look it up so that everybody knows when this team will be back together. Let's see. Where are we at here?
Well, it's the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So
yeah, it's the 12th. It is. It is actually.
It's when?
The next one is the 7th through the 10th and the recap. I put it all on the schedule for us. We're going to get together on the 12th of April.
Oh, Heritage is 7th to the 10th.
7th through the 10th. Yep.
I'm going away from the 11th to the 19th.
What?
Where are you going?
You're not allowed to do.
Do they have internet there?
Yeah, but probably. Well, it's going to be off my iPad, so.
That's fine. I'm sure they have a closet and alcohol.
Who could we get to sit in for Albert on that show if he's not able to?
Yeah, somebody volunteer from this group over here.
Marcus. We get Marcus or Dino.
It won't be the same. But all right, well, Albert will be enjoying his vacation when we're going to have our next get together. We'll figure out who.
Are you going on vacation or are you going for a convention?
Both.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see. I've got a few ideas, and we'll make it work out. We'll miss you though, Albert. We really will.
I'm sure you will.
All right, guys. I'm not going to click the button to send you out, but you can click the exit yourself. That's right. Yep. Nick's got something to promote. So Albert, Mike, go have dinner.
You guys can stay or leave.
Nick, call me.
Okay. I will call you.
All right. Okay. Take care, guys. Take care.
See you, Albert. Thank you.
So, a lot of people know I have the entire issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths #8. And with everything, with what happened with George, I was talking to Spencer because we're trying, I want to figure out ways to get George and also, Carol some money. I got so much joy from them. So Spencer and I were talking, and, once I die, I'll give, Pam will give everybody my nephew's phone numbers. They're going to get Crisis #8 split into 3. But we created monoprints of Crisis #8. And each one is signed by George and Jerry. And we're going to put something on here to make sure everybody knows that these are the monoprints. And we're going to sell these. And we're giving the majority of the money to George, to Jerry, to Marv. And we're also going to donate to Save Whiskers Rescue. And we're going to donate to some Ukraine charities to help them with everything happening. So we're trying to figure out what to do. We may sell 1 to 2 pages a week. I'm trying to figure it out. I just got these back signed by Jerry and George. George signed it like 6 weeks ago or something. I just got it back from Jerry. But George, Jerry, and Marv, this is my all-time favorite comic. My all-time favorite comic. And I wouldn't have this complete issue if Jerry didn't hold it for me for like 16 years. So this was the best way to get high, with people buying monoprints now, creating this is the best way to get this out there. And I'm leaning towards something Bill said, that the best way to get this out there is to only sell them 1 page at a time. This way, everybody has a chance. So more to come. I might have more information tomorrow night on the experience. We do our 7:00 show. I'm going to talk to Spencer a little bit more. And like I said, obviously, some of the money for George and Carol, but I feel like Jerry and Marv also deserve some. And like I said, we're going to give some to charity, Save Whiskers Rescue, and we're going to give some with everything going on. Jesus, Doctors Without Borders, Red Cross, everything in the Ukraine is important. So, just thought I appreciate Bill allowing me to say this. And that's everything.
All right. No, a good idea, and obviously a good cause. Lots of good places to put that money, Nick. So I think as always, you're always thinking forward and doing good things for the hobby and allowing the hobby to do great things for other people too.
Do what you can. The hobby's been great to me. So I always feel like that someone who's in a position to help other people should help other people, And like I said, the hobbies I've been doing, this is my 40th year in the business. I started off as a weekend warrior when I was 13 years old. So I don't think I'm qualified to do anything else. So I'm really lucky, and I'm one of the few people that gets to say my hobby and my job are the same thing. So I'm going to be figuring this out, everybody. And I thought that since we were doing this tonight, Bill was really gracious in allowing me to talk about this, because I know everybody now wants to look at the weekly recap. So thank you all.
Plenty to talk about tonight, but no problem, Nick. You have the floor whenever you want it.
Thank you. So everybody have a great night. Bill, thank you. Hit that thumbs up.
Yes, please. Thank you. All right, Nick. I'll see you in the chat, and I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow on the EXP.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you go. We got an hour and a half into the show, and we're just really getting the CAF update started. I literally have like next to nothing on my list tonight because I was so busy doing other things. So it's been a semi-eventful week for me. As everybody knows, I did finally sell the mini golf. It's official. Got the checks on Monday for the property and the business. So that is finally officially off my list. I can tell you, I'm actually scared because now that I look at it, I'm thinking, wow, there was always income from that. It was always it was something that kind of supplemented things around here. So that puts a little bit extra pressure on me now. I knew I just wanted to be done with it so I could get out of here and get to Florida in the next few months. And but now that it's happened, I'm actually a little bit frightened. But it's okay. It's a good scare. And the thing I'd mentioned last week, I was thinking of telling you about, it was funny. The sale was supposed to happen on Thursday. And the property sale was going to happen on Thursday and the business on Friday. And I got a call. So I went in on Thursday morning with Maureen, and we signed all the work at the paperwork at the title company that we had to do. And the new owner was going to sign the paperwork at the end of the day. And I actually worked at the golf course with the guy all day, going through how to get the course ready for spring. And at 5:30, I got a call from him, and I'm going on the air with you guys, and like 4 hours later or less, and he is he's having a panic attack. He said he walked into the title company and literally turned around and walked back out the door. His wife was with him because they had to sign together, and he was like, he couldn't sign it. He was like, he was literally, I've never really had a conversation with somebody who was breaking down, and this guy was breaking down, and I did my best to kind of tell him, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to hold it against you if you back out here literally at the last second. But it was an interesting weekend because we talked once on Friday, actually met back they were like, well, we're going to help. His father was in town, and they were like, we're going to help you on the course just because now my son feels like he might back out. So we didn't want to leave you high and dry. So I actually worked there all day Friday, thinking that I was going to get stuck with chips for another year. And fortunately on Monday morning, he called and said, I'm at the title company signing the paperwork. So it all ended up working out. But and I just tried to remain calm. I kept telling him, if you got to walk, you got to walk. But it's just so he could make the right decision, because he's in his mid-30s, and I just thought, like, wow, if he's having that kind of a pressure moment, that it wouldn't feel right for me to like pressure him back. And even though we were worried, but at any rate, it all worked out good. And I could show you the picture, because when we went to the bank, I was like, you got to take, I need a picture of this to remember that I sold it and got rid of it. You'll laugh, because this guy probably looks a lot like I did when he's got my hair when I was around 35. But this guy's a lead singer. He's like the Weird Al Yankovic of Chardon, Ohio, because he is the lead singer of the Chardon Polka Band, and they just play crazy stuff. And he's a really cool guy. So I'm happy that he was able to overcome his fears and sign the check. And I can't wait to see what he does with the business. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. But yeah, it was a frightening couple days there. And I actually apologize. I should have addressed the fact that Dino was the person who I was going to ask to be on. So I'm glad that Dino already said that he will do it. That works out really good. Yeah, it looks like Dave Grohl picked it up, right? Yeah, his name is Jake. He's a really good guy. But it was a tense weekend, with a lot of other things I had going on at the same time, to have somebody, be in that position. But I looked at it. I literally called the guy who really kind of ran the place for me last year, and I asked him if he was available. And I said, you know what, you might get paid about another $5 an hour to be my manager, because I'm not going to stay in Ohio all through the summer, and I'd want somebody to run it. So I was prepped. I was like, I'm all right. Here I am. I'm going to own it again and disappoint all of you that I'd still be the owner of it. But it didn't work out that way. So it's all good. I'm really happy about that. And yes, Marcus, weekly concerts at the mini golf. That's what I told him he should do. He's because he's like a local legend. I mean, I was never local to Chardon. I moved here almost 20 years ago, and it's a small town where if you're local, you have a lot of cred. And I built Chips because I wanted to get to know people, and I thought it would be a good avenue to kind of build that cred in a small community. And it never really worked out the way I thought it would. Everybody got to know me, but I never had that cachet, right? That a local would have. I know this guy's gonna nail it, because he plays on the, we have a old town square with the gazebo on it. He plays there like 3 or 4 nights during the summer. They have like a band night every Friday night. So he's got like the most perfect opportunity to market that place, and he's local, and he gets around to every business and charity as well. So he's going to do great with it, and I'm glad he's got it. So Chardon is very tiny. Yep. Downtown Chardon is only like 2,500 people. If it wasn't for the township, which is where I live in, we wouldn't, I don't think we hit 10,000 here. So yeah, very small community. Does he cover Nickelback? He probably does. He really does. But yeah, if you go to YouTube and Google Chardon Polka Band, you'll see a lot of his stuff. He's a pretty cool guy. He fakes playing the accordion really well. But yeah, no more original art and it was sad. I actually had to give up my my Al Bigley artwork that he did for the Chips logo. So I did scan it. I'm going to put it in my CAF, even though you're not supposed to put artwork in your CAF that you don't own anymore. And I never had it in there, but I did scan it before I gave it to him. That was a sad moment, because it was something that it was fun planning the whole thing out and working with an artist that I knew for doing it polka and putt nights. Exactly. See, we're giving him ideas. But at any rate, so that was really great to have done, and I'm going to use it. I'm just basically turning around and giving that money to the bank to pay down the mortgage, to put a chunk down on the mortgage and recast my loan for the place in Florida. So it's definitely going to be put to good use. So like I said, I didn't make the list out, but I know sort of the things I wanted to talk about. I did get let's see, we could talk about Dueling Dealers. We might as well kind of talk about that first, I guess. But I don't want to forget that speaking of Dueling Dealers, I'm not sure where the Kickstarter is at yet, but the last time I looked, it's almost over. I think it'll be done tomorrow, probably around noon or 2 Eastern. I forget exactly what time I set it to end. It's okay on the screen I'm looking at. It says 16 hours to go still, but there you go. So it's the same. We're at that spot right now where we've got enough backers to make it to 80 cards, and hopefully we will. We've already got, I know, the 60 laid out. We weren't prepared to actually go over the little level to get us to 80, but so I'll be working with Ashton probably tomorrow to wrap up that, because I think what we'll do is we'll actually be able to send all that stuff out to the printer on Monday. So for everybody who picked one of those up, I appreciate it. And you know what? I'll just stick the link in the chat so you've got it. I think I actually put it in the show description again, but I can't promise you that I did that. So I'll just put it over here in the chat as well. If you want to get that, if you don't, it's okay. Tchotchkes are what I just wanted to put some fun stuff out there for everybody, as you know. And Albert will sign it. Marcus got him to say it. He wouldn't say it on camera for you guys, but Marcus sent me a screenshot of a text to Albert where Albert agreed that he would sign his Moydot cards. So don't let him fool you. He will take care of it. It's an 80 card set. Exactly, Marcus. And let's see. Caesar said he received the Dennis Cowan pages on Monday, and they look great. Yeah, it's great. It really is great working with the Third. I'm forgetting their name. Third Eye Comics, the people who handle both the payments and the shipments. It's nice having that kind of backup, and we're not relying on people who aren't used to shipping anything. So I'm glad you already got everything. They've been, even for me, because they actually handle paying me the commissions for the sales and stuff too. And it's the fastest payments I get from anybody outside of Dino and Jordan. Dino and Jordan are always like, their commissions come in immediately. So at any rate, but so Third Eye is great. Love the art. You got your art too, Nick. That's good. Nick picked up a few pieces from that the Cowan sale, and we might as well. I just want to talk about Dueling Dealers for a minute. But so I was talking with Mike before the show. We talked a lot after the show last night too. I mean, really, we should have taken like 2 weeks off. I'll be perfectly honest. Everybody was like, "Oh, the guys come out in with high prices," and they do. Lately, the show was never meant to be a show about we're bringing things that are on sale, unless they were bringing things from their old inventory. When we started the show, the concept was that we were going to bring new art, that was at least around market value to the show. But if we were bringing older art that that was in their inventory, then that needed to come up at some kind of a discounted price. So we were already starting from that position, and that was even before we started doing recaps and things. So that was always the premise. But I think in some ways for both guys, I mean, they always they both come in. Yeah, it's hard. I don't want to say anything negative about either of them, but I know that everybody always marks things up a little, and you're always hopeful about prices. I mean, we as collectors do the same thing, but it does make for my thing that I said to him last night was that I want to see more claims happening in the first 15 rounds. So whether that you can't always bring better art. I think our biggest challenge, and it's really our biggest negative, is that we do a weekly show. At times, inventory isn't really what you'd like it to be. So, I mean, we actually kicked around the idea of maybe trying to limit ourselves to 3 shows a month versus doing 5 sometimes. It might be a little inconsistent on being every other week or those sorts of things. But I think that we might be exploring something along those lines, because I think that at the end of the day, with cons coming back, it's just going to get more and more challenging. And last week, really, I mean, shoot, what did we have all going on? We had the Comic Link featured auction, then we had the Heritage European auction Friday through Sunday. We also had Comic Connect on Monday. We had a show on Saturday because we skipped, and it was a full show. It wasn't even a cheaper show. So we were basically competing against ourselves. You had Comic Connect on Monday, Hakes on Wednesday while we were going on, and the Heritage Weekly auction. So that was a glut. I mean, if I was to ever take 2 weeks off of Dueling Dealers, it probably should have been, wrapped around that moment there. So Maki Poo fell asleep, so he missed it. Yeah, and Hakes, I mean, again, just bad timing at the end of the day. But I do agree with, I've gotten comments over the last couple of weeks, or even months. I mean, at the end of we want to be able to put on a good show. So we always work hard on the memes. But sometimes the art isn't going to be what everybody wants. So we still try to put on a good show. I mean, I want to keep the variety show kind of feel going with Dueling Dealers. We really enjoy doing it. And like I told you, my whole family is involved. Maureen's writing the memes. Gwen has been helping out on the writing side of things as well. We all have a lot of fun putting together the skits. So, but we want to make sure that the sales are there too. It's part of the show, right? So we want to make sure that those guys continue to bring good art, alternate amateur and pro. Absolutely. That's a big part of it. And it's a big part. It keeps me interested too. If I had to do the show every single week just with Mike and Anthony, I'd get pretty bored with it. So I appreciate the fact that, Dino and Jordan and Mikhail and Jason and, Tatiana Lovitz, Matt Kennedy a couple weeks ago, Kat, just having different people to interact with, and then also doing the sales shows that I've been doing on the weekends with with Dennis and Howard. So, those keep me kind of engaged, and I haven't gotten bored with it, but I don't want Dueling Dealers to suffer either. So we're going to kick, we may end up experimenting with either going every other week or dropping a couple shows during the month, just to let them build things up, because I was looking at the spreadsheet. I do monitor sales. The last $50,000 show that we had was after we skipped a week. That was where was that? It was the week of it was the first show in January. So January 8th, we didn't have a show from the 22nd of December until the 8th of January. And we had a $52,000 show that time. So taking a week off, so we didn't have two $25,000 shows, but it made for an exciting single show and a really good outcome there. So I look at that and I think, well, maybe it wouldn't be a terrible idea to skip a week here or there. So again, we're going to think about it. I talked with Mike about it, and I said, we haven't done a bin dive in a while because we've been so darn busy with everything else that it makes. I think I can definitely, if we skipped a few weeks here or there, I could do a bin dive with Mike a little more often. And I'm sure I could work in some kind of a show with Anthony as well to keep him happy. So that, if we didn't do, because, Anthony loves being a ham as much as he likes selling art during the show. So, it's Nick's giving different ideas here. I appreciate that. And spring break weeks are tough, right? I mean, there's a lot of, again, we're going to just keep kind of rolling with it. It's an interesting time right now with cons coming back. there's a lot of things competing for everybody's eyeballs as well. Yeah, like Maki Pupu says, alternate in a collector conversation. Well, that's what I told Mike and Anthony last night. It's like if I take a Wednesday off from Dueling Dealers, I'll work in a different show, because I'd rather keep myself on the regular schedule that I've got, guaranteeing the Tuesday through Thursday shows. And then Anthony just sent me an attachment on Facebook. So yes, I think I would find a way to fill the time. I wouldn't take the night off. I'd want to keep everything going. So we're going to talk about it, but and then just roll with it. You guys will help define what the right things are, because I enjoy what I get out of it from the commission side. I mean, with those guys, I do it primarily in trade. I mean, you guys know that's how I've been able to get my collection back to where it's been. I mean, they've been, some of those are cash deals and some of them are partial trade, but either way, I enjoy it, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm really in it for the fun and giving you guys something fun to see every Wednesday evening. I mean, that's been one of the, I get the most enjoyment out of Dueling Dealers, just because of getting to do the memes and getting to work with the family and everything. So that's where it's at for me. I mean, that the sales are important to those guys too. So I think having having a week off in between them would give us more sales. And heck, I mean, Sharon cooking a cake, anybody who's done this, and I haven't talked to Will or Glenn since things went down, but I know that both Mike and Anthony have, and I know Nick has too. They'll tell you it's really, really difficult to just pull off the show properly. And the fact that those guys have been able to do it for 61 consecutive weeks, basically, outside of that week we took off when I was down in Florida and had COVID at the beginning of the year. I mean, it's pretty remarkable that we've actually been able to keep this pace up. It's very, very difficult. So and like Dwayne said, it's a nice community event, right? And that's what it is. I love watching you guys talk in the chat while we're doing the show. I know, so I know you're paying attention, but at the same time, you guys are having a good time hanging out too. And that's really important to me. When we started doing these shows back in May 2020, I knew the show was going to be a success, or the channel was going to be a success, when I saw how much fun all of you were having in the chat. And when you were carrying on your own conversations, just like we saw today with Jason and Ruben talking, those are the things that I appreciate seeing more than when you're even talking to me, because it just shows that we're building camaraderie for the hobby. And a show like this just gives you an opportunity to get together. And I can't imagine how many friendships have been made because of the fact that we've taken the time out to put these shows together for you guys. So again, that's the end of that. But speaking of, and Jeff says he works on art while listening. I think that's great too. I think a lot of people don't watch the shows that we do. They just, it's basically like a podcast. I think, hey, any way you get the content is fine by me. So, but let me show you this, because I've got the upcoming Dueling Dealers / art sales schedule here for you. We are doing the 2000 and under show next week. Mike is actually in Florida, so I've got the art here with me. So I'll be showing off. I could show you a preview, but maybe I will afterwards. I'll show you a few pieces. He probably wouldn't like that, but you guys would. So then the Monday of the 28th, I've got Jiggy on again. He has still not told me exactly which ladies in his that he reps is going to be at for that show. I'm hoping Rian Gonzalez. If she isn't there, at least hopefully some pieces of hers will be in that show, because we will be selling art. Then we've got who knows if those will be regular shows after I talk with Mike and Anthony. We'll see how that goes. But I did finally settle things up with Carl. Is it Moline? Ruben, you can help me out with that one. But on Saturday, April 16th at 2 p.m., I'll have Carl on. And that'll be a very similar show to what we did with Dennis Cowan and Howard Chaykin. So we'll do an interview and then an art sale. I don't have any of the art for that yet, though I believe I was told I will have the scans within a week. So that'll be interesting to see what he's going to bring. And let's see. After that, of course, is the Amateur Dueling Dealer Show on the 18th. That's Monday. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Nick Perucci versus Jordan. All art, that show will be priced $500 and under, and both guys will be bringing 24 pieces each. So lots of deals will be had there. And Jason says, Rian, yes, we got to work that out. I do hope that she was on my list when Jiggy and I were talking about it. So fingers crossed. I'll bend Jiggy's ear one more time, and hopefully we can work that out. Okay, so Ruben says Moline. That's kind of what I was thinking as well. So oh, Miko Swayan. Hey Miko, how's it going, man? Exactly. I'm looking forward to that show as well. So let's see. Other than that, we were going to do a 2000 Under show the Wednesday after the Nick and Jordan show. And then I've got 2 other shows to announce. Of course, that was the Joe Linsner sale. That's going to be on Saturday, April 30th, and that'll be a 2 p.m. show. I've been emailing a bit with Joe. I still think we're leaning more towards a published interior page show. I'm sure that there will be some covers available as well, just like the last time we had Joe on. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I actually could tell you, although I'm just working with Joe on this and Nick, because we're actually going to be doing a variant cover thing with Dynamite and Nick, and Joe Linsner is going to be doing it, and it's for Dueling Dealers. So it's going to be, I've seen the first pass of it, and I've emailed with Joe a bit on some suggestions to kind of make it interesting. But we're going to be doing something fun with that, and it's probably something we'll see in June. But I can't wait to see what Joe turns out there, because what he's already done is fantastic. And last but not least is Harvey Tolabau. If I've got that right, I hope I do, on May 2nd, and that's a Monday night at 9 p.m. He will be bringing Star Wars art, because, of course, that's the May the 4th week, and May the 4th will be the next theme show for Dueling Dealers that Wednesday night. So fingers crossed that we have a good themed show for that one, because Maureen and Gwen have been working on that. Jeff Wedding sent me a few ideas as well, so I'm expecting it to be one of our more memorable shows. So what do we got here? I'm looking at the chat. I cut my hair. Yes, Miko, I did. And what else we got over there? There was a question about Gerhard from Matt. I talked with Chuck about that, because Chuck Costas is helps Gerhard with his sales. I believe that's going to happen. I just haven't gotten a date yet. I know that we did it around this time last year, right? So one way or another, he is due for another sale. So I don't know. I'll try to get Chuck to commit to something, because I think, well, that's true. When he and I were talking before the Zek show a couple weeks ago, Chuck said that Gerhard was, in fact, kind of going through his flat files to find out which artworks he would want to sell again. So I'd like to think we're going to host it. It was a really great chat with him the last time, and he had almost a sellout with all the artwork that he brought. I would love to have him on again. He was really a really interesting guy to chat with. So Jeff Wedding says he needs to start saving pennies for 5 too. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What's Jason talking about? He can't. I'm clearly missing out. He can't wait to be able to show it, but I don't know what he's talking about. Picked up from. Oh, he got something from Jiggy. All right, cool. Well, there you have that. So busy sales schedule coming up, and I think that, again, I don't want to be, maybe these side sales shows that I do are also impeding some of the sales on Dueling Dealers, but for me, I like doing them. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's the variety that kind of keeps me interested in continuing to do some of the things I do here on the channel. So it keeps things interesting, and I like talking. It would have been pretty cool if we could have sold some Sean Gordon Murphy artwork on Tuesday, right? That would have been a lot of fun. We didn't talk about anything like that. I don't think that'll ever happen, but that would have been made for a little bit of interesting theater after we were done with that chat. So let me see here. Let me go over the chat schedule as well that's coming up, because that's pretty packed. Most of them. Next week we've got the X-Men artist chat on Monday. That's Larry and Jason and Tatiana and I are going to be debating the top 5 artists we all feel from any X titles. I think that's going to be interesting. I've got Brian Norton, of course, Mr. Redjack, in the chat. He'll be on Tuesday. I got all the artwork from him today that he wants to talk about. I've got Jeremy Roberts on the following Tuesday. I've got that Monday night. I think I have off right now, the 28th. That's peculiar. I wouldn't think that I would have thought it would have been filled, but maybe not. And then after that, we got the special Dino and Nick B show. That is on a Thursday night. And because of that, I'm going to move the CAF update to Friday. So that 4/1 will be a CAF update. But Dino and Nick are going to be showing off artworks from their collections that they have not shared on CAF. So we'll get stories for why. I think they'll probably talk about recent pickups as well as pieces that have been in their collections for a while, and just why they've chosen not to share them. And I think that it's going to be an interesting kind of conversation. I think because I'm sure both guys have a fair amount of artwork that they just choose not to show. I mean, that's it's always within our rights as collectors to not share everything on CAF, and so I think that'll be an interesting show and an interesting thing for us all to talk about, think about, of course. So then we've got the auction preview with Heritage. I know that Joe and Nadia will be with me for that. Gene Park, amazing collector, of course, been on many of Felix's podcasts, as you know. He'll be with me on the 5th of April. We'll I guess I can cross Albert out on the Heritage recap after that and put Dino in there. Then at the weekend after that, Nick Patera, maybe he's still in the chat. We're going to have a nice conversation with Nick. I'm looking forward to that one immensely. Let's see, Josh Raybuck, who is from Modern Mythology, dealer, of course, rep, and a collector as well. So we'll be pretty much probably covering all the bases with him. And Joe and Nadia part 2. We'll see what other interesting tidbits that many of you might not have ever heard about, but those of us who have been in the hobby a long time have heard some of those stories. But Joe and Nadia have a lot of they've got one of the a storied history in the hobby. I'm not even sure which area of their career we're going to be talking about for that one, but I'm looking forward to that. Frank Lanza after that. Then I've got a Tatiana is going to be at Lake Como, and we have talked about doing a live stream on the 14th. Now that is a Saturday. I'm not really sure what time that live stream is going to happen because, of course, I think, what are they, 6 hours ahead? So it might be a very early Saturday show. It could be something that happens maybe around 11 a.m. But Tatiana was going to try to be walking the floor at Lake Como. And, I might be able to talk with a few of the artists in attendance there. And I assume probably Steve Morger. I'll have the opportunity to chat with him. So it should be interesting if we can pull it off. And then on the 24th, I've got Steven, who is a long-time friend. And he heard that I had wanted to chat with him. And I thought I had emailed him. He said he never got one. So I've got Steven on 524. I can't wait for that. Steven he's a really funny guy, and he's got an amazing art collection. And I haven't been fortunate enough to talk to him in probably 10 years. So it's been a really long time. So I'm looking forward to talking with Steven. He and last time I saw him, it was he and Kazra were in what was it? I think it was he's from Chicago, so I think it was up there for a Wizard World Con. And we got to hang out, but it's going to be a good chat. I mean, Steven really has a great collection. He's got a good eye for like the 80s, 70s art period that is sweet for many of us. And I've always wanted to get him on the show. So finally accomplishing that 2 years after starting all this stuff on Comic Art Live. So, man, I haven't been watching anybody in the chat either. And I see you're probably all tossing. You are like a Snickers bar. I say, I don't even know what that relates to. Birthday bash for Dino. Oh, that's right. March 31st is Dino's birthday. So that's another reason why it's going to be a fun show. So another reason to look forward to that. And it's actually my birthday on the 18th when we're doing the $500 and under show with Jordan and Nick. So it's a big celebration period coming up here for all of us. So lots of fun things to look forward to. Let me see here. So I think that kind of hits on all the points that I wanted to cover there. But I think everybody's in agreement on Dueling Dealers. We'll think about it. I got to get them to agree to wanting to take some weekends off. Mike's more open to it than Anthony is. That's for sure. He just loves to get in front of the camera. So that's going to be the hard one. But he and Sharon are so much fun together. They do make the show many times when they put all their effort into it. But I'll work something out. I'll find a way to keep them happy if we do kind of meter ourselves off the show a little bit. So just quick reminder on the important cons that are coming up here. Of course, the one that Colin is a part of is in Boston, April 9th, the Wicked Comic Con. And you got Bisley, Sean Gordon Murphy's going to be at that one as well. So it's really great lineup of guests. And if I could be in the area, I certainly would be going to it. And what do we got next here? Comic Art Con, April 23rd. Always a good show. You're going to get all your usual dealers out there, Hans and Will, and Glenn makes it out there sometimes. You'll have Anthony will be there, Albert, Bashara. Who am I forgetting? Who else? Brad Savage sets up there sometimes too, right? And usually one creator or two goes to that, so you never know who's going to be at that show. And as I mentioned, Lake Como, of course, 3-day show this time around we hope to have them on the channel on the 14th. MegaCon is the one where I will be doing a panel. I have not emailed Kevin Boyd my outline, but I definitely will be doing the panel with Ken Carson from 4C Comics. He's setting up at that show, and he and I talked it's been about a month ago now. I've really got to sit down and go over what I want to do for the panel. But I believe on Friday morning, the 20th will be the time for the panel. So whoever's there, if you're attending MegaCon, I hope you show up at the panel. It'll be the first panel that I've done in probably 10 years. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then, of course, the one that we all really care about is the Comic Art Live May show, our 5th live virtual show hosted on CAF. I'm planning on actually opening up the booth setup within 2 weeks. I want to give everybody ample time because I know people like Tatiana and Mark Hay are all going to Lake Como. So they're taking like vacations the week before that. So they need to set up time as best they can. So I figured, all right, I always wanted to open up booth setup about 45 days out. So that is the plan right now, to have everybody in the booths before the end of March, for those who want to get things set up. So keep that in mind. And I think you've probably already seen, I updated your CAF gallery management page to already show when the upcoming date is. I usually don't even get to show that until about a month before the show. So I'm ahead of schedule on that. When the link will be there, you can't miss it to get your booth set up. And I'm looking forward to doing another show. I'll actually be doing that show from Florida, from my home in Florida. So that's going to be an interesting one for me, because to do something that big in a place that I've just moved to will be interesting. So then finally, of course, is the Heroes Convention, June 24th through 26th. We're having the big Thursday night get together. It's still not completely nailed down where we're going to be yet. I'm waiting for George Hodge to let me know when we do have that information. But on Thursday night, there will be a big gathering, and Shelton has given it his blessings. He said he's cool with it. So I'm looking forward to that. I know many of you are going to be there. We're going to actually get to meet in person. That's going to be an interesting thing for all of us. So considering I haven't, it's been so long, but I'm looking forward to it, and I know all of you are as well. So let's see. I'm still missing out on the chat all the time. Wayne collects pages. All right. I have an extra room at the main hotel as Bouts release. Okay. Yep. I'm at the main hotel as well. Looking forward to it. You guys, it's going to be a party, says James. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. And Jeff Moy, yeah, you're going to be on vacation. Ah, man. Well, what are you going to do? I think the Hero Show will probably be one that we make something regular. I mean, it was always my favorite show, and I haven't been to it in probably 12 years. So I think for me, Alex Johnson's going to be there too. Very good. What night is the poker game at Heroes? I don't know. We'll get to see Bill drunk, or drunk Bill. I don't know, James. It depends on how many drinks people buy for me, I guess. If Maureen's there with me, she'll keep me sober. She won't let you guys do that to me. But I'm not a big drinker anyway. I tend to stick with beer. At any rate, I think that probably covers all the main things I wanted to do. Before we get into the CAF update, though, I do want to show off Nick's EXP promo piece. Of course, as we all know, on the EXP channel on the on YouTube and Facebook, and I think he even streams out to Twitch, and I don't know, does he use Instagram? I don't know. Nick could answer that for us. But the EXP has Nick's show every Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. It's an easy hour on a Friday for you. And he's always selling art, and it's always good to hang out with Nick, as we saw this evening. Nick is a lot of fun and very knowledgeable. So let me show you his teaser video for tomorrow's show.
Hey everybody, so March came in like a lion, and we are going to roar with some more art, because this Friday, March 18th, 7 p.m. It's always 7 p.m. This Friday, March 18th, 7 p.m. Just want to make sure I got it right. We are going to have our original art experience. I'm going to show you some beautiful art. We are going to have art from John Romita Jr., Tom Rainey, Ken Hazer, so many great artists. I am so excited. Let's just go into it. We even have art by the late, great Tom Lyle. So here's one from Tom Lyle. Check out some of the other artwork we have.
Going a little bit heavy on Spider-Man because, well, he does whatever a spider can, right? So here's this is the big one. John Romita Jr. Venom cover. Oh, God, I love this. Here's to hoping I don't drop it. Here, let me just put it here. Then we have Spider-Man 2000. Look at that beautiful artwork. Tom Raimi, Ultimate X-Men. And just because I'm really good at dropping the art, I'm just going to do this right now. Check out this double-page spread from Iron Man. Plus, commission cover art by Ken Hazer, including Doctor Doom and Juggernaut melded together. And we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to bring this CGC graded Marvel Age from John Romita Sr.'s personal collection. And check it out. Even though it's signed by John, they put the signature part on the back. They did not realize it was there. So, but we'll talk about it more on Friday. So Friday, March 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Please hit that thumbs up and share. Sharing is caring. Thank you all. See you Friday, 7 p.m.
Thank you, Nick. So, yeah, I decided to pull out what Mike sent me since I really hadn't looked at it before. I'm not going to show it to you. I won't because I'll be more like Anthony, right? What do we got here? We got a Captain America pinup by Luciano Bernasconi. I see, you can't see it. Was it published? It doesn't have a stamp on it, so it looks like it's a commission style piece. Something by Walt Simonson. We've got a. This was published, of course. Doesn't have a stamp, but it's Ron Wagner Excalibur. Excalibur, Jason. Let's see, something by John Thompson. What else we got here? Oh, something small. A piece of art by Matt Wagner. So it looks like one of his convention style pinups. Something by Wonder Woman by Paul Peltier. Oops, I'm showing you a thing on the back. Whoa, oh, can't do that. What do we got here? Looks like Roy Thomas, Tony DeZanuga. Well, what do we got here? Oh, it's signed by Roy. All right. Twice Up DC page. Something by somebody Caldwell. Superman by Swan. That's nice. Something by Ron Wilson. Smaller, but not inked. All pencil. A little different on that one. It's got Loki on it too. Then we've got a pinup by Buzz that looks very much like kind of in a Brian Hitch ink style. That's very nice. Sorry to be. See, now I know how it feels like to be Anthony when he's doing his art thing. What do we got here? A DPS by Andy Park. Okay, that's cool. Something by Scott Eaton, a commission or con sketch sort of thing. That's interesting. A Superman advertising art by Dick Giordano. So why didn't he have these the other night? An Ecstatic page by Mike Allred, and it's a full page splash. That's pretty good. I almost picked this piece up. Remember I told you he had some Romita Senior art that he was gifting us when we were over at his house the other day. This was my backup piece. So there you go. Now it'll be on Dueling Dealers. What do we got here? Mike Diodato, pencils and inks, and it's a DPS from Turok, actually. Okay, I'll tell you that much. We got a Joyce Chin, Dan Panosian, Guy Gardner piece from Annual. Oh, it's a cover. It's a cover to an Annual. That might narrow it down for some of you. And then what else I got here? A Alex Saviuk piece by from Web of Spider-Man. And then another huge, is it huge? It's pretty large. See, it's DC again. I don't know. Are we going to have a good show or not? DC advertising art by Dick Giordano. It looks like it's got a winter theme. Very, very nice. Got Flash. And who else we got on there? Wonder Woman and Batman. Simone Bianchi. Thor. A Thor page, no less. Very nice. A Wrightson unfinished piece. Huh. I'm not sure what it's from because it's a little unfinished, but those are definitely Wrightson ink marks on this one. Wow. Mostly, well, it's like mostly ink and some pencil. So we got a Pat Olive Spider Girl, and it's a title page splash. Very nice. Al Williamson inks, and Stefan Rue piece. Looks like a cover, but it doesn't say what it's for. All right. Well, there you go. That is all of the pieces that he sent me. So I'll be showing those off next week for him, since he will be down in Florida. Oh my gosh, see, everybody's been chatting and I wasn't paying any attention. Once again, no cosmic goofy art. Thank goodness. Yeah, we need a break from the Disney art and blue marker prices. Yeah, okay. Stop. You guys. Sorry, I should have been paying attention. But it definitely looks like what's there is a really nice set of stuff. Let's see. Therapy. All right. So that is that, as I say. I think I don't have any other slides that I need to get off my chest before we jump into the CAF update. And that's the cue for Chris to get into the green room and be ready when the time comes. But and I know I sent him an email, so I'll have to just cross my fingers that he got it, and he'll be in here to help me with his 10 picks. But so why don't we go on with the CAF update here? And how we do with these things around here. We always and Chris is in the green room. Thank you, Chris. All right, so this is going to cover the period of March 7th through the 13th. Some really interesting stuff going on here, but we'll start with the dealers first. Dealers had a very decent week, believe it or not. I was in large part. Let's see. Glenn has been continuing to have high sales, at least as far as his asking price goes, and that's true with all the dealers that we track. Felix had a couple art drops last week, and so as far as the top sellers go, Felix ruled the roost. 63 sales, $108,000 total in sales. Glenn was next. He only had 4 sales, but $91,000 in sales. Romita Man, $72,000 in sales. Albert, $69,000. Anthony had $25,000 in sales with 104 total sales. So he won that niche, as he always does. More sales than individual sales, but low on the overall sales. IX Gallery sold a few pieces, 11 for $18,000. Will had 3 sales for $13,000. Next Comic Art had 7 sales for $12,000. And Pete Koch, again, 1 sale, $12,000. He had 1 sale the last time for $12,000 as well. So let's see. Total sales, though, for dealers, $423,595 in sales from the dealers that I do track. And that was up from $337,000 week before. So an $85,000 increase, 25% increase over the period before that. So let's take a look at the top 6 sales from the dealers that I track on my network here. So, like I said, there is the $423,000 in overall sales. This first piece was sold by Glenn, panel page art. Asking price on this one was $75,000. It's the cover to Frankenstein issue 3 by Mike Plug. I think that was from 72. A really nice cover. And then this next one sold by Mr. Albert Moy, $32,500 asking price. And it's Jack Kirby Joe Sinnott from FF65, and it's page 9. And Albert again, Frank Frazetta, and this is Natives versus a Dinosaur, of course, and it's only a prelim, but by Frank Frazetta, but it sold for $16,500. Very memorable finished painting. I'm sure everybody recognizes that image. Then here's the one by Will. Artist is of Bob Layton, of course, and this one sold for $12,500. It is the cover to Hercules issue 3 from the 1984 series, and it had Thanos on it too. Then here's the complete story with a cover, Paper Girls. This one is, of course, by Cliff Chang, and the price on this one was $10,000. And finally, Sal Buscema. This is sold by Glenn again, panel page art. Asking price was $10,000, and it was the title page splash to Spectacular Spider-Man 166. So Glenn made some nice sales last week. So there you have it. Everybody likes checking their ranks on here. And let's see. Wes says he's been looking at that Moy FF piece for a few months. Isn't that how it goes? So often be a piece on a dealer site, and I do the same thing. I'm like, it's there, good. I go back, I check, it's still there, good. And you always get really disappointed when you go back and it's not there. There was a piece on Catskill Comics that I'd been looking at, I feel like probably for about 6 months. And what was it from? It was an FF page, inks by Sinnott. Was it Giffen? I think Giffen pencils. And I'm like, oh, that thing's just going to be there forever. It's, it was a really nice example of Giffen and Sinnott. And I went back there about a week and a half ago and it was gone. It's fun. And I know you guys feel the same way. You see pieces like that and you're like, one day that's going to be mine. I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to wait it out. I know the price isn't going to drop. Maybe there'll be a sale one day, but it feels like it's yours when you go back and look at it so many times, right? I'm sure everybody feels that way about CAF too, right? You go back in there and you just keep looking and looking and looking. But I was really sad when the page was gone because I literally had looked at it at least 7 or 8 times. I mean, every time I went to Catskill, I would check and see if it was still there, and it was always still there. It wasn't even an expensive page. It was like $600. I should have picked it up without even thinking about it. And but I didn't. I just kept thinking, oh, I'll get it one of these days. I was thinking after the sale of chips and the move to Florida, that page is still going to be sitting there, and it's not anymore. So, there's that should be we all, again, it's happened to us all. Word to the wise: don't wait. The piece will be gone if you do that. There was a piece that Albert had for a long time that I kept looking at and thinking, one of these days, Albert's going to owe me some trade for some web work or something, and I'll get that. It's not going to go. And I looked at that for probably 6 months as well, and then it was gone. And I could have probably told him, set it aside. One of these days, I'm going to need it, and I didn't. So you think yeah, exactly. See, Michael knows. You think you are the only one eyeing it until it's gone. Yep, exactly. Larry's saying that Ruben's talking more than Marcus. I don't know. Ruben's sentences are longer. Marcus's quips are sharper. So I will say that. All right. So why don't we move on to the auction houses? And this is where there's something interesting. Well, there's lots of interesting things that happened with auction houses last week. We only reported 1.352 million in sales for auction houses, but of course that number is wrong because the international auction, which I should have gotten all the data from Heritage, I think finished for, around 2.3 million in sales. I mean, a chunk of that was animation art, but there were quite a few noteworthy original art sales in there as well. And it was weird because the one that I knew that was in there that I was really curious to see where it was going to end up was that Mobius piece, right? That splash page. And when the market data came back in and Colin put his report together, I went to look at it because I knew the Mobius should have been number one, and it wasn't. There was what the heck was number one on that piece? The Ron Friends Brett Breeding showed up number one on the report. And I'm like, that's not right. I know it's not right. And I looked, and we only had listed for the Heritage International Auction 888,000 or 883,000 in sales. So I emailed Heritage asking, where's the rest of the data? Why wasn't the comic page included? I could kind of see them. I can't say that I really get their animation auction results because I'm probably not set to that filter when they give me their live for sale data and their prices realized. So I wasn't expecting that, but I'm like, why did I miss that? And apparently they have their data so granular, and it's really weird because it probably means I missed out on a lot. They didn't have me set to get splash page results from comic art. Can you imagine that? So, and they didn't have me set for animation art either for the market data. So I said, yeah, you got to, well, definitely I want the splash page results. And or any other ones in the comic art category that I'm not flagged to get. And I said, sure, I'll take animation art too, because it's not going to really mess up our stuff, and we have enough animation art collectors who are probably subscribing to market data that it wouldn't be bad to have that data too. But yes, Dino. So in my report, what you're going to see, the ASM page was the number one selling item. But in fact, it wasn't. As on the comic art side of things, it was the Jean Girard, i.e. Mobius piece that I think went for around 130,000, whereas the Friends ASM page sold for $100,000. But let's get on and show this off, because there's even something more contentious than all of that. And Colin was the recipient of an email from someone. I didn't bother to look at the report right away, but after Colin posted the report on Tuesday, he got an email from somebody who was mad because we had listed the number one selling item on eBay is $30,000. And it was this cover to Brett Booth, who, of course, should never have a sale at $30,000, right? I mean, at least not yet, not quite yet, no matter what the title is. And the person had used that lookup tool that I've linked out and everybody knows about, I think, to look up best offer pieces, because the piece only sold for $3,100. It sold for just over 10% of what the asking price was, which was $30,000. As everybody knows, we only get the asking price from eBay on the results. So, or not the asking price, the final price, the published price it was at before the asking price happened. All right, it's been a long day. But yeah, it sold for $3,100. So that kind of skews our numbers on the auction houses, but it's already skewed because we weren't given the full skinny on the sales from the international auction, and God only knows how many other auctions without getting splash page results. So yeah. All right. So how about we jump into this? So I'm only reporting on 1.35 million in sales from last week. There were several other auctions as well that kind of fall into this because they were on Heritage. I'll just kind of go over the totals before I show the slides, since eBay amounted to 204, but I guess we can take 27 off of that. So put them around 180 if we were being proper. Heritage Weekly had just under 100,000 in sales. The Comic Link auction, of course, as we've already reported on, had $2.2 million in sales. We got the Heritage. We had to combine these because they happened on the same night. That Bob Peak and the Bobby G. Murphy collection. Those auctions combined for 413,000 in sales. I'm not showing any results from that. Let me see. The Bob Peak had the highest sale from that set, an Apocalypse Now pencil on paper piece that sold for 37,000. And then I think from the Bobby G. Murphy collection, there was a Charles Schultz daily that went for 31 and a Hal Foster Prince Valiant that went for 19. So other than that, there was, of course, the Heritage International auction as well, with the Ron Friends being top in our report, selling for 100,000. The Hergé Tintin, Tauntaun, however the proper pronunciation is on that based on where you're at. That one went for just under 94,000. And then there was a Alex Raymond Flash Gordon Sunday that sold for 42,005. That's the only ones that I had in there. But I'm going to show you the results from eBay, even that misrepresented piece that only sold for 3,000, and then the three top sales from Heritage as well. So let's go ahead and Heritage Weekly, I should clarify. So here we go. First up is the piece we were just talking about, and this is DC Titans number 4, covered by Brett Booth, was listed for sale on eBay for $30,000 and sold for $3,100 with a make offer. Next up, this was a charity piece by Mike Mignola, and he's doing some of those World Health Foundation funds that he's been trying to do again. This one sold for $15,100. Got Joker and Batman on it. Very nice piece. He's got another piece up there right now, and another one just sold. So then there was this Thor 154 page by Kirby. Of course, it sold with one bid at $13,500. So next up are my 3 top sales from Heritage. First up is this Kim, what is it, Jung or Jung Lee or Gee? Sorry, Space Monster sketch, original art. This one went for $9,600. Then we've got a Spectacular Spider-Man number 94 page by Milgram and Mooney, sold for $7,800. And finally, a Greg Capullo, Alex Milgram X-Force page from issue 25. Very nice page. I like this one. Was sold for $6,600. Yeah, I like everything about that page. So yes, but so unfortunately we did have that $30,000 sale in there. I don't have the best editing tools on market data when it comes in, but I should ask Maureen to give me who's down with Kim Jong. I should ask Maureen to give me some better editing tools when things like that happen, because that's a terribly skewed figure that really needs to be corrected, because that would mess around with the Brett Booth market. Everybody with Brett Booth covers is going to be out there trying to use that as an example for what their cover should be worth, right? And West, yes, I agree. That was a really great Magneto page. I really like that one a lot. And I don't think I've ever owned anything by Capullo, but that was a great X-Force page. Very, very nice. And Jeff says, and I would agree, Kim is crazy with the way he creates art. If anybody hasn't seen how Kim draws, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that shows off his uncanny ability to render a scene. That's his, he'll work on wall size things, and literally it's just amazing watching the guy work. He's crazy. Stream of conscious. I'd say that's yep. And you guys, all right. So let me bring Chris in here because Chris has been patiently waiting in the green room. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. It's been a long week, really, and I am really looking forward to the weekend at this point. I've got 3 days off, and yeah. See, that's Maureen's got a long list of things for me to do around the house. While we've been talking, I've been watching these emails come in. One of them, the subject line was wallpaper. So she's got a long list of things that she wants me to do here before we sell it or put the house on the market. So yeah, it won't be a fun weekend for me, but anything that gets me closer to Florida is a good thing.
Good way of looking at it.
Yeah. So let's see here. Why don't we get on with some popular art picks? It's only 10:20. I think we can probably get this done before 11. All right. Let me. Yeah. So you're not doing anything for St. Patty's Day. Did you kind of postpone things just to kind of hang out, or is it not a holiday that you celebrate?
It's not a big. Well, I mean, I live in Wisconsin. We drink plenty. It doesn't need to be March 17th. we don't need a holiday.
You don't need a reason. I hear
No.
you. No, neither do I around here. Okay, let's see here. Let me get this highlighted. All right. So let me see. All right, got that here. So whose gallery? Oh, we're in Jason's gallery. I didn't even look at who's the artwork was from here. Jason D'Ambrosio.
I took great pride in. So Jason added me on Instagram today, kind of pseudo complaining that he doesn't see enough of his stuff featured, and I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, well, just wait until tonight, pal." So full disclosure, I picked this on Monday, and I had seen it on his Instagram, and was just happy to see that he had also added it to CAF. So I'm a huge Dustin Weaver fan. I think he's tremendously underrated in spite of the fact that he is a Marvel cover artist, which is a really high profile gig. I just don't, I feel like people don't talk about his work all that much. I kind of think that he's I would say like an inheritor of kind of the Jim Lee style, which people really love. So again, I'm always confused, mystified a little bit that Dustin Weaver isn't talked about more. So just an incredible image here. The chains doing a great deal to move your eye through the piece, but really that focal point being Sabretooth going nuts on the top there, like he should be anytime he's featured. But yeah, so this was an easy pick for me. Big fan of the artist, tremendous subject matter. Love the lighting, just all around terrific.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever featured anything by Dustin before. So no, this is a great piece, and I saw it too. I mean, it's I don't know if I would have picked it. I probably should have, but like you said, everything about the chains here, it really does help move the eye around. I mean, Magneto's always. We were just talking about Magneto on that last piece we saw in the auction market data. Who doesn't love Magneto and what he might use as a weapon or a means of restraint? So this is a really nice page. Yeah, I mean, very dynamic. Everything about it, the cape. The choice,
everything's moving.
The choice of perspective on Magneto. I mean, all this stuff is really well thought out. I mean, yeah, I've got nothing but great things to say or think about this piece here.
So Larry made an interesting comment there about Weaver being in Wildstorm. So Larry, my understanding is that Dustin interned at Wildstorm, and then Jim Lee somewhere along the line told him that he didn't think he was good enough to be a member. And so he carries around this like tremendous weight that his artistic hero didn't think he was good enough. And so ever since then, he's kind of been like hammering away at living up to that.
Dang, that's tough, isn't it? That's wow. I don't think Jason's here. He would have been high-fiving you in the chat. He must have taken a break. That's unfortunate. Well, I put a like on there for him. Let's see, what do we got here next? Oh, the The Justice Society piece. Look at that thing.
Another softball. There's a couple every week where you're like, well, geez, how can you not? How can you not? This is one of those pieces. I'm sure I've said this before, but this is one of those pieces where you see it and you're like, damn, somebody does own this, you know? And I think it's in Matt E, his gallery, and he posted another ridiculous Alex Ross piece recently. So, you know, congrats to Matt on making these acquisitions. But I think, you know, it's easy to love this, right? But I think the thing to me that's coolest about it is how, in spite of, it's really garish, right? Like these characters all have really obnoxiously loud costumes with a couple of exceptions, but somehow it's still okay. Like it comes off as balanced. I love the way that he, you know, put the scene together. It's almost got a Renaissance painting vibe to it in some ways. But yeah, I'm a big JSA fan. So, and you know, everybody likes Alex Ross, I think, plus or minus. So this is an easy pick.
It's amazing. And, you know, you look at that and, you know, he's using all color. There's no use of blacks in there, except maybe in the, you know, a couple of the characters, but it's just, you think you couldn't differentiate things when the way he paints. And this is for such a busy character filled piece. I mean, it's remarkably well executed, especially with the colors, like you were just saying. I mean, the colors are garish, and yet you know, he's hit a home run with this thing. It's beautiful, man. And I'm not a DC fan of it at all, but I mean, this is an amazing piece. And hey, and Jason did pop back in, so he thanked you. I think he said he's going to buy you lunch.
First beers on Jason at Heroes.
There you go. And he's not allowed to buy art for a while. He says he's on furlough. I know he picked up that great Paul Smith piece. Has that been posted to CAF yet? I haven't paid attention the last couple of days, but I saw him he posted on Facebook. So congratulations on that.
He posted on Instagram, and that's where he was busting my chops. So
all right. Hey, you know, whatever leverage you can get to get your stuff featured, the better. But a very nice pick by Matt E, of course. Fantastic collection on CAF. I get this one liked here before I go. Comic Art Boston.
Yeah, I mean, well, so Don Hack, who I feel like is a little bit unsung, given his kind of role in the Silver Age at Marvel, but obviously still well respected, but, you know, kind of, I think, regarded as more of a journeyman than maybe some of his contemporaries, but brought to life here by Wally Wood, which is, you know, it never hurts to have Wally Wood inking something for you. I just love this. What an awesome battle page. And it sings Silver Age, but honestly, you know, this could be, and I think due to the inking, it could be a little bit later. I could see this being, you know, like late 60s, early 70s. But yeah, just awesome, you know, composition between the two figures here in the top panel. A little bit wonky pose there on Power Man, but just love Cap throughout this. And an easy, you know, like a classic pick with Hack and Wood. I think he only did like 3 issues on Avengers on inks. So
yeah, I'm not going to highlight Marcus's comment. You're so funny, Marcus. You keep us in stitches. But no, this is a really great page. And you're right. I mean, as a penciler back then, who wouldn't want to have Wally Wood inks on stuff, right? You know, you're going to end up looking pretty good when the job's done. No, this is great. I didn't read that. You know, I'm gonna have to save that one and go back and read it later.
I was gonna say this is a good time to point out. I don't know what got in the water, but people's description game is like, leveling up.
It really is. That's why I saw that and I'm like, darn, I really have to read it now, because a lot of folks have been really writing long, nice, detailed descriptions.
Good ones, yeah, really good descriptions.
I agree. I've been captivated. Literally, like the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's been like that, and I'm sure everybody else is noticing it too. So maybe it's just kind of catching on. We're all trying to talk a little bit more about the art and why it's working. Love it. It is right. It's exactly. See, maybe this all this work we're doing, Chris, is paying off. But I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you pointed that out. But that's what catches my eye when somebody writes more than 3 sentences. It's worth reading. You want to read it.
Nothing.
So, yeah, or nothing. Right. Okay. I don't think I've ever written nothing, but you're right. There's a lot of times when I see a piece and I scroll down and there's nothing written on it. And I'm like, how could you not say something about that
Yeah.
piece, no matter what
Even
it is?
just where you got it, or something.
Yep. And oh yeah, and that's really true, Larry. Eric De Los Santos has always written a great deal about the pieces in his CAF gallery for as long as he's had his CAF gallery, which is probably about the first year CAF opened. I mean, Eric is he's amazing. I mean, he is really he has always got a lot to share about the artworks he picks up. I mean, I think every piece is just super meaningful to him, and that's probably a big part of it. But I've always really enjoyed Eric's write-ups and his reasonings for why he's picked up the art that he has.
Well, I for one like really appreciate whoever, if you're putting in the effort, I'm there for it.
Well, James said he hated writing book reports in school, so maybe he doesn't put too much effort into it. You never know.
James, have Khalil write yours.
That's true.
These are awesome.
Khalil does a very good job. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. This is
man. Yeah.
This is a great page. Here we go. This one I actually stared at this one for quite a while. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful, and you even get the classic, Daredevil, Sonic waves coming out. I mean, any page where you radar sense, exactly. Sorry, when you get that, I mean, that
you get this awesome like diaper shot in the last panel. Which has Marcus already said anything about it? No, okay, I beat him to it.
You beat him to it. All right, it's a masterpiece, says Rick Welch. Yes, but man, this whole page is just phenomenal. My gosh,
it's amazing. Like in every way, shape, and form. I mean, Mazzucchelli, there aren't too many people that ever did it better, or maybe ever even will do it better. But the figural work, I mean, what do you even say about the way he like makes these figures interact? Like those first two panels, it's insane.
No, it's really, really amazing. And I mean, again, just great changes of perspective here. And no, there's not a whole lot to say, but every one of these, every panel in this thing is beautiful. I've never owned anything by Mazzucchelli, but I would love to. The thing is, I don't even know if I've ever even seen any. I've never even gotten a chance to hold a piece of art by him. I'm sure many of you guys have, but so I've never seen anything in person. So this is a great size scan too. So I'm glad that we've got that going for us as well. But yeah,
I think that's improving too. I think I feel like I don't know about you when you're going through, but I feel like I'm seeing more scans or at least better photos. So that's
right.
awesome too.
I agree. All right, got to get see, look, nothing, didn't write. David O. We're not going to hold it against you, David.
Yeah, I mean, the piece speaks for itself to some extent.
Yes, you don't need to write anything on this one. All right, now here we go. The Thing, of course, issue 3, page 11. Yeah, who would have guessed?
From the most recent, actually still not concluded, Thing miniseries. So this is a newer artist, Tom Riley. And he's doing pencils and inks on this. It's got a strong, I mean, I see a Chris Samnee influence here for sure, which is not, untoward or, unappreciated. I'm a big fan of his. But Grant Riddle posted a few pieces from this, which prompted me to get in touch with him. So shout out to Grant. I managed to get a piece from this book myself this week. So just for me, this is Thing fighting the champion, kind of like round 2 versus the champion, from that kind of immortal Marvel 2-in-1 annual. I'm just a Thing piece from me. Not much else to say.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, got my like on that one. And so you're saying, so after you saw that, you asked Grant what was the lead that he had, and he kind of
so Josh at Modern Mythology has these, and I was on the waiting list or on the mailing list, kind of waiting for an announcement, and Grant was like, well, like maybe just get in touch with him. So I took that route, and it paid off.
Somehow I'm not on Josh's list. I'm gonna have to ask, or he must have a mailing list sign up on his site, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I still haven't gotten one, but these did drop. The remaining pages dropped today, but there were a few people who, and sorry, but me included, got in ahead of time, but only because these guys were good enough to post these on CAF.
Well, it pays to ask questions, right? I mean, Yeah, well, I'm gonna. Well, I've got Josh on, as you know, in I think a month and a half
Mhm.
or so. So I'll ask him about some of this stuff. So let's see. We've got. Let me get the like on here. We're in Thomas Tremberger's CAF gallery, Godzilla page. That's cool.
So this is James. I'm not sure if it's Stocko or Stoko, but I've been seeing more and more stuff from him. He does a lot, much more creator-owned things than he's done for any major publisher.
Mhm.
I think this is out through it's Godzilla, so I'm guessing is that still Dark Horse's license? But anyway,
Not sure.
really incredibly like insane level of detail. He packs the pages kind of in that like Darrow / Arthur Adams way, but he has a wilder, more kind of freewheeling style that's a little more like kind of James Herron-ish almost. And when you put those two things together, I mean, when you pack all that stuff on a page and it's got this much life, it's just really like electric. These pages are so cool.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying about James Herron kind of in some of this. But yeah, I wish the scan was bigger because I can tell that there's a lot of great detail in it. And who doesn't, like a giant robot?
Right.
But yeah, no. I wish, again, I'm not really familiar with James's artwork either. So I'm going to have to, I just opened up a search window so I can check him out after the show's over. But no, very nice pick. And again, another artist we've probably never featured before. And yeah, I would have picked this one as well.
Yeah.
As a huge Frank Quitely fan.
Any rational human being would have.
Exactly. But no, nobody, I mean, Frank is he's such an amazing talent. He does so much with so little sometimes, but he puts so much detail into the spots that he chooses to, I mean, in his pen, you see it in his pencil pieces, of course. His early stuff where that got inked by other creators, you don't necessarily get that. But when you see just a straight pencils only piece from Frank, you always have to be in awe of his talent. I mean, I don't care that he works slow. He's just an amazing guy. If it takes him twice as long to get a comic book done, I don't care. Yeah.
I'm probably on record on saying this on the show, but I think All-Star Superman is the best comic ever made. And so if somebody posts a page from this, I'm there to see it. I didn't notice until I read the description for this page. Quitely, and you see it here, we're looking at it right now. Quitely did a different version of the chest symbol that DC went back and retroactively changed to be the old one or the official one, whatever you want to say.
Right.
So yeah, I just really like it's a Quitely pencil piece. That's awesome. I really like the sort of additional rendering on the face here. Great shot of Luthor there, but just the emotion and the emotion in the face, particularly the eyes, is really terrific.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I get my like on there. And is it listed as Fuzzy Dunlop? Yeah. I've been in their gallery before. Look, and Mikhail got the first comment in. Congratulations. Dan Podek. I got the second one. All good. Oh, and Hart. Hey, and Khalil, look at that. And Marcus. All our regulars are there getting their comments in. Thank you, everybody. I think Mikhail likes Quitely a little bit.
He does. Well known.
All right. So Wolvie Fans Gallery. We got a Jim Lee Alpha Flight cover.
Yeah, again, this is a softball. I remember picking this comic up off the stands when I was, of that age. I think maybe the thing I like about it the best, that image of Guardian is maybe the coolest Guardian has ever looked, right? I'm sorry, respect to John Byrne and all, but he's literally just like standing there flexing and he's like glowing with energy. And but Heather McDonald Hudson not looking bad there either. Like a pretty cool shot of Heather.
Sure.
But what I really love about this is that Wolvie's there and he's short. If you draw Wolverine and he looks 5'3", 5'4", like I'm all about it. I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just reading something. But yeah, no, this is I love this one too. You're right. I mean, I would say Byrne drew Guardian a little Yeah, I mean, you're right. He wasn't as imposing a figure, but this is
Great choice of word. Yeah, imposing.
yep. He's perfect here, and no, I like this one a lot. You got Puck even. I didn't scroll to the bottom.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Jim Lee, inked by Jim Lee, which I always think is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Let's get let's see, got my like on there. No, that's a good one. Really good pick there. And I hadn't seen this one until you sent me your list. I don't know how I missed it.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. Next up, Kevin Nolan.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of Kevin Nolan paintings, which is enough of a reason to pick this, but it just dawned on me I have 2 Superman picks this week. I don't even like Superman. But anyway, that's beside the point. This pick for me was, one, again, you don't see too many Kevin Nolan paintings, so that's a really cool rarity or oddity. But really it's the facial expression on Bizarro here, because this to me almost makes it look like Superman's a bully. He's about to wail on poor old Bizarro, and that face really tells the whole story.
It does. It really does.
Such a unique effect with the paints too. I mean, I have to imagine, based on how flat they look, that this is gouache, but just a real, almost like a Max Fleischer cartoon, look to this. It's really graphic, but it's also really flat.
No, I agree. You're right. When I saw it first, I thought Steve Rude, because I wasn't, I just was clicking your links to look at him. The color palette for sure, but in part, I think because of the flat quality of it. I just wasn't expecting this to be a Nolan piece. But let's see. Caesar says it's so good. The piece sat on eBay for years.
Oh wow! Well, I never saw it.
No, me neither.
Otherwise, it'd be probably on this wall back here.
There you go. And hey, Ruben wanted clarification for why you felt All-Star Superman is one of your all-time favorites.
Ruben, I'll probably have to talk to you about it offline, but suffice to say, it's the only comic that I ever read. So I feel like comics for me are about superheroes, and for whatever, you take that for what you will. And then those superheroes basically boil down to Superman or Spider-Man. I don't like either one of them, to be honest. But this comic not only made me like Superman, it made me, when I read All-Star Superman, I think it was one of maybe 3 times in my life that I was moved by a comic book. Like, I felt something when I read it, besides like, ooh, that was a cool fight, or, like, this character's costume is awesome.
Well, I hate to say I haven't read it either, so now I'm going to have to do it too, because I've heard such great things about it as well. And of course, I already, I really love Morrison and Quitely, and I never read it because it was DC. But this is in Larry's collection. Congratulations, Larry.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Great pickup, Larry.
All right, got my heart on that one. And what else we got here? Next up, the final one, and this is in Khalil's gallery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for tonal paper pieces, and this is a great example of one. I don't think I've ever seen Adam work on tonal paper before, so that by itself was really cool. But what I really love about these is when you replace white with this tone, it allows you to do such cool things with white. So, I mean, you see it on full display here. I mean, he's got these gleaming lights, and he's got the, the boot jets on Iron Man. But then there's more subtle stuff too, like the shine on Kamala Khan's chin, or, on the end of her nose or in her hair. And that's just stuff that, unless you're going to go really, really dark with tone, you can't make those whites like blast out like that. So when you replace white with that mid-tone, I think it's really effective.
I agree. Now, it's funny because I think when we did that NFT conversation with Jason a little over a year ago, that there wasn't this a similar pose on Spider-Man. It's really, I mean, I love it, but I think he also worked on this tonal paper for the original art that went with that NFT.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it like a European setting behind Spider-Man? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, but I do think it was on tonal paper too, though.
You might be right.
But but no, it's a really great image. This would have been on my list as well. I really liked it. And I don't know. I like things where artists are using different papers all the time, because it just, I think it's a challenging thing. Like you said, pulling the white off is it would be a difficult thing to do, but he's done it really well. And I didn't even think about it as being like the blacks is helping you to do, those types of things with the highlights there. But no, it's really well executed. I really like it. And Aranga says, spoiler, this is an NFT. I don't know if that's true, or if he's if he's not being
fun at our expense, but yeah.
I think he might be. Aranga. Yeah, well, I'll get your sense of humor better, Aranga, when I meet you at Heroes. Correct. Yeah, exactly. Khalil's super into
all right, now we know. Yeah.
Exactly. I know what was the beer that Aranga liked? I remember we saw that picture of it was like some kind of a chocolate beer or something. I don't know. I've got I got something odd for Christmas. It was like beer flavored Jelly Belly jelly beans. Maybe I'll take those to Heroes with me and see if anybody wants them, because I just thought there's no way I'm going to be able to have one of those. But nice pickup, of course. Here, let me and look here, published version. Look at that. Very, very cool.
Artist edition. Oh, okay. Oh, and it is European.
See, that's weird. Okay, I didn't even. All right, yeah, very, very interesting. And here's Khalil. See, Khalil, he's a 3-paragraph guy.
Yeah,
get the like on that one there. All right,
descriptions.
Yes. All right. PBR, Pat's Blue Room. I knew it was an off-brand chocolate. It's discontinued now. I'm sorry.
Wow, we still make the coffee one, Aranga. That's really good.
See, I'm not a flavored beer guy, though. I like a stout or a porter, but coffee, I've never. I don't know. I'll try it. If you said it was good, and I might buy one, but I don't know about.
I think chocolate. I could change your mind, Bill. I think I could.
All right.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
All right.
I'm in Wisconsin. Our beer is so much better than Ohio beer. I'll make a couple of like really choice selections out of my fridge, and I will send them to you, and then we can discuss.
All right.
Not in this.
No. Right. No. But that's I am a beer snob. I will say that. But yeah, I've just never. But I'll try it. I try anything. So all right, that sounds good. So Chris, 10 great picks as always. Hopefully mine can live up to yours. So let me hide this one and swap it out here. My mouse has not been. It's like I have to click everything twice. I don't know if it's my mouse is fried or I haven't rebooted in a long time, which might very well be. I usually don't reboot this machine unless I need to patch it. I just put it to sleep every night, which probably isn't a good thing. All right, let's see. Get that from there, and here we go. So I got, once again, way too many tabs. Here we go. Now we're on it.
Just sitting here being pretty.
Sorry, everybody. All right. So first up, let me put my like on this one. This is in Marcus's gallery. This one was the featured image, of course, for the show. And I always love it. Pretty much anything by Kaluta. And you get Batman on this one. I mean, Kaluta's just a master of line work, and he's this piece just blew me away. I mean, I love whenever I see a shadow piece by Kaluta, I always stop and look at it. When I was over at Berkey's last weekend, we were shooting memes. He had a couple Kaluta shadow pencil pieces that were just laying around.
Oh,
and
man.
I know. I mean, I should have set the one aside. He's probably going to sell it. Every time I find something nice, and I don't put it in a special spot that he won't find, usually gets sold. But yeah, no, I just really, really love this image. And Marcus pulls out these gems. He doesn't post all the time, but whatever he posts is a piece of distinction. And this one's just beautiful. I mean, the way that Kaluta's drawn Batman's cape. I mean, everything about it. Gosh, it's just. I mean, I love it. I just love this image. I'd love to own this image, and I don't think I own a single piece of Batman art. But
this looks like it could be like the cover for a like an opera program.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got that like antique-y, line quality. The composition is sort of Art Deco with those lines that go up through the middle. It's an awesome piece.
everybody's making beer suggestions in the in the chat. Left-hand milk stouts. All right, so I'm gonna have to write everything down. But as Dino just said, superb piece, Marcus. I mean, absolutely, this thing is just, yeah. I spent a lot of time looking at this one when I first saw it. That's why I made it my pick. It was my easy choice to use for the graphic on this one.
It's beautiful.
Yep. And I have not owned a Kaluta yet, so maybe I should make a call to Mike to set one of those aside. All right, so this is a piece by Ian Churchill and Scott Hanna. Look at my like on here. And let's see, who is the owner on this one? Oh, Aranga. I thought it was Aranga, but I didn't want to get that wrong. Aranga, Aranga's got he's got really good taste. Obviously, he likes Cable a lot, and Ian Churchill is just a personal fave of mine. I think my first published piece of art that I ever bought was by Ian Churchill, and it wasn't Cable though. It was when it was after his run on Cable. I think it was one of the X-Men titles, but I've always liked his style. I mean, he puts a lot of detail into the pieces. This is inked by Scott Hanna. I love the perspective on it. And again, I saw this and it just reminded me of everything that I like about Ian Churchill's artwork. I mean, he's just he puts a lot of detail in the pieces, and
it's packed. Yeah,
it is. It really is. And he did a great job on Cable. I didn't read the book, but I remember seeing back in the day when I first started collecting original art. I remember Spencer Beck had tons of Churchill Cable. Covers. I mean, when you could buy them for like $350, and I was like, man, these are really cool, and I love Ian Churchill, but I just want to get X-Men titles, so I never bought any of them. But man, yeah, I really, really, really love Ian Churchill's work, and
I love when an artist finds a character that like they just mash, and yeah, his is Cable for sure.
Yep, indeed, and there's Aranga. The post of post. Yes. So yep, a lovely addition to Aranga. Aranga, I'd say almost every week you add something to CAF that I could probably put into this chat, but this was the piece finally that I said I had to put in there. So here we go. Let's see. Next up, this was in Paul P's CAF gallery. Always adding great art to his CAF gallery.
I didn't see this.
I love the image of Batman here. I mean, if if there were a few smudges in the ink, you wouldn't even know it was Batman, I guess. But at the end of the day,
is this like Barretto or Giordano?
Eduardo Barretto, yeah, okay. And Mitchell. So yeah, but I don't know. I love the storytelling in here with the film, negative and video nasties. I mean, it's just a really
love a title page.
And I love a title page. I should actually be zooming in on it there. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice tonight. But no, I mean, everything. I love the black in this, very noir kind of feel. Kind of similar in a weird way to Marcus's piece. I mean, it's just the way it's laid out as far as just the line work. But just an absolutely lovely piece. And again, I'm not a Batman guy, but I really, really like this one. So it's a second Batman for me.
Two Batman for you, two Superman for me.
Right. What's going on here? We're going DC tonight.
I'm not drinking. I swear to God.
And let's see. So, but Paul P has a great. This to me was a piece that I'm not used to seeing him usually go for. I mean, he gets a lot of covers. I mean, he's got an amazing collection. But yeah, I like this one. And again, Batman's. I don't. You're not seeing a lot of the signifying details of Batman, right? You don't see the belt. You don't see the bat. I mean, how often do you not draw Batman and like reverse out the bat symbol? But that's what made this piece interesting to me was the fact that they didn't do that. So, yep. Had to be on my list this week.
And that's good. That's good character design, right? Good costume design. If all you need are those little ears to show up, that's good costume design.
I agree. And I picked another Detective Comics piece. No bat. I know. And in part because I just had Dennis Cowan on, and this piece was added. I mean, it was 2 weeks ago, but I really enjoyed my chat with Dennis. And when I looked at this first, it reminded me a little bit of Howard Chaykin too. And so I was looking at it, and I'm thinking, those guys are kind of like from the same period. I mean, gosh, they're probably about the same age. I just love the storytelling in the piece.
Too, in that second panel for sure. That guy's face is
Yeah, exactly. And Kevich, and Cowan worked a ton together. So I saw this piece and I was just like, I just like the storytelling in it. The panels are an interesting, shape with, 2 rows of 4 that tight together, just not a normal layout. And again, it's just Bruce, and I don't know who this other guy is, but
Some really
just
fierce eyebrows on Bruce there. Those are awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like, "Are you in or are you out?" And he's out. So yeah, no, I mean, I like it, and again, I had a really nice chat with him, and a good description on this one that I didn't read as well.
Ooh,
So I
wow!
should highlight that, put a like on there, and Michael McIsaac, congratulations. I don't know if have I seen Michael in the chat tonight. I don't think I have, but
He's normally there.
Yeah, good pickup though, and I'm a fan of Dennis's now. I got to get something by him in my art collection. And so I'm switching over here to something by Frazetta, and this is in the artist. Is it Livesay? I've never known how to pronounce
John.
John.
I think it's Livesey.
Is it Livesay? And I that's terrible because I've met John several times. It's been a long time. I don't think I've seen him in about 10 years, but he's got he's always had a really nice collection on CAF, and this I just really love this piece.
Ooh, this is great.
Look at that second. I mean, all the panels are fantastic, but I love the character with the cigarette in that second panel.
It looks like Lloyd Bridges from Airplane.
Yeah, exactly. Man, but he's got some hairy knuckles though, doesn't he?
Yep.
But still, I mean, I love the use of Zipatone for the suit. I mean, how often has a suit jacket been colored in with Zipatone? It's almost cliche, but it looks so perfect. No wonder we keep seeing it done, right? I mean, it's such a great way to handle a sport jacket. And then you look at even the
that face.
It's just, yeah, I mean, this thing is just so amazing. So I was envious to see this piece in John's collection because again, he's been a collector for a very long time. I mean, he's been able, as an inker, he's worked with a lot of great talent, but he picks up these pieces like this every now and again, and yeah, I mean, this is a beauty. And I would have thought, Ruben, what do you think, Ruben? Yeah, not Cohen. I know you saw Cohen, and it's not Cohen, it's Cowan. I thought Ruben would. He's, what do you think about this one, Ruben? You're a big strip art collector. I mean, I think that you have an appreciation for the medium. So and
a deep understanding of it too. I mean, I don't pick strips, but it's because I feel like I don't understand them enough to be articulate about them. Right. Well, I mean, obviously I understand them in the respect that like you can appreciate what's happening on the, in the panels, but I don't have the know-how.
My mic went out. I didn't even realize that. Oh my gosh!
I thought
Holy smokes!
Died. I like swapped my headphones out and.
No. Well, somehow I managed to mute my mic on my laptop over there. Holy smokes! I'm sorry. I just talked for 2 minutes and nobody heard a word I said. Well, except that, but we heard you, Chris. We heard you because I could hear you, but I didn't hear me. Okay, all right. I apologize, everybody.
I was trying to flag you down, and
nope. Well, I was too busy looking at the art. They are speechless, as Larry said. No, well, that's the first. I usually have muted myself on StreamYard before, but I managed to mute myself on my laptop when I set something on it. So I apologize, everybody. But anyways, I was fixated with this piece. So, what you didn't hear me say was Larry got picked twice, and I picked this piece before I got the list from Chris. So because I've always been a big fan of Liam, and now I've talked about this
Liam
piece.
Sharp.
Yeah. I mean, this is such a great image, and so Larry, you've had a really great week adding artwork into CAF, because I'm glad Marcus could read lips there. Yes. Yeah.
I have to admit, I didn't give Liam Sharp a lot of credit when he first kind of came onto the scene, because I felt like he was a Simon Bisley imitator. And he has like so so far risen above that plateau at this point. I mean, basically everything he does now is just flat out incredible. The guy is really leveled up.
Nope, I agree. And I'm sorry, everybody, man. I'm going to put a piece of tape over that key so that never happens again. I didn't know that that you could mute your microphone from your keypad. That's a first. I'm learning some tech tonight, everybody. But like like they said, somebody said in the chat, the way the cape is handled, I mean, he's got a really unique attention to detail on here, and I think his musculature is over the top.
Look at those hams.
I know. So that's why when you look at this image, I mean, Liam was meant to draw, Batman duking it out like this, and gosh, it's a great piece. So congratulations to Larry on this one, and a very nice guy too. I have met him. Yeah, he looks he's a gentle giant, right? I mean, he's an imposing figure, but he is really a super nice guy. All right, now that I know my mic is still working,
I was gonna pick this one.
P. Craig Russell. I mean, I picked a few pieces by Russell in the past, but I really I just love his style. I mean, it's so fluid, it's so effortless. You kind of look at this, it's got a little Dr. Seuss in it. You look at the way some of this stuff is handled, but man, he is just a brilliant illustrator. I mean, this is, I don't know what this image was for. I didn't even really look at the title. Was it a commission? I didn't even read anything about it. I just loved it. And let me check it out. What was you're right, it was a commission.
I think the thing I like the most about P. Craig Russell is that he is absolutely, utterly unmistakable.
Mm-hmm.
There is no one who does this at all.
No. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just. Sorry, I see so many different things in it. I didn't really look at the rain because I was just too fixated on the Pegasus, and I mean, everything about this. I mean, there's
this trippy stuff that's going on behind the Pegasus. I didn't notice the Demon Bear at first.
Nope. I mean, honestly, I don't think I even really took that in either, because I was too busy just looking at the way he handles the detail here and the cross hatching. I mean, I was just marveling at the style. But yeah, he's. And if anybody I should let everybody know, I know that I think they changed their mailing list over at the P. Craig Russell website. So if you were on his list and didn't get the memo, they changed things over there, because I saw it and I forgot about it, and I had to go back a couple weeks ago to re-sign up for their mailing list. But yet, if you go back to their website, definitely sign up for the mailing list. They keep you pretty well updated on art drops that they do, and any of the book publishing stuff they've got going on. But they did literally, I don't even know why they didn't move their list, like take an export of the mailing list and move it to whatever new service they had. They just literally started from scratch. So if you were used to getting stuff by them, because they sent regular mailings out like every 3 weeks, if you stop getting those, go back and re-sign up, because that's what happened. And so this is in Andre's collection, and I don't think I've ever spent any time in his collection. I'm gonna check it out after the show's over.
I really love the high contrast, the blacks. It's got a really light and dark feel to it, which is really so appropriate for the subject.
Yep. And Ruben was asking if that was the New Mutants chicken. Yes, it is.
Danny Moonstar.
Right. So next up, I don't think I've ever really picked anything by James O'Barr before. And this is in Chris C's collection. I'll stick with a C, since even though I know his last name, but most people probably know who he is. But I've always been a fan of James' work, right? And I've actually gotten to have dinner with him. He's a really interesting guy, But his style was always like, with the Crow, I was always never really like into it. I've never been a kind of a goth horror kind of kind of thing. I mean, so I've always wanted to pick a piece of his. So when I saw this one, I was like, all right, this is the time I'm going to pick a piece by O'Barr. And again, it's like, I think this was was it a back issue cover? I don't even know. I didn't even read the description for it. But again, really, this is, if you're familiar with James's work, like most of us should be, this has got everything you want in it. It's dark. It's got a very gaunt face for the Crow. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, as far as an image goes, I thought it was very representative of James's work.
He's got this crow motif going too, with the devil lock and like the hair coming down with that white outline. Pretty cool effect. I always, I think the art from this first Crow stuff is crude, to some extent, but super expressive, and you can definitely see why people gravitated to it.
Yep. Nope. I agree. And let's see who asked. It was Ruben asked whose CAF it was. This is in, everybody knows Chris C. Is the owner of this piece. And yeah, it's listed as a cover, but I was kind of assuming it was the back cover to this Caliber Presents piece.
Seem so, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was no description on the piece. So I should have probably asked Chris before I picked it, but again, Chris has a very unique collection. I'm sure many people have seen it, but yeah, check out Chris's CAF if you haven't been in it in a while. The Trophy Wall guy. That's right, NSN. Thank you. So,
oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's why when I saw this too, and I saw it was in Chris's CAF. Yeah. Okay. Dino said it. Chris Ciara. It's Ciara, right? Or is it Kiara? I don't know. I've always said CR to him, so maybe I'm doing it wrong. All right. So I got my heart on that one. And let's see what else we got. Let's see. All right. Move on from that one. I got two more to go.
We're doing good on time, I feel like.
Oh, we are, aren't we? That's pretty good. All right. So this was in Mickey's collection, added just recently. It's a pinup from Avengers West Coast. Paul Ryan, Danny Bulanati. Sorry. I'm telling you, I can't wait to go to bed tonight. But I always love, pinups that you get in the back of comics. So this was even, for me, this is just like a nostalgic pick for something like this, a team book, with something that you get at the end, just as kind of a throw in for fun. Maybe the story didn't fill in all the pages, so you get that extra pinup. I mean, it was something that you'd see a lot in, whatever, in early Marvel books where they'd throw in a pinup of, the Thing in the back or Human Torch or whatever. And here you get a nice team shot. And again, Mickey's been slowly pulling pieces out of his collection. I mean, so who knows how long he's probably had this. If we read it, probably unpublished, he listed unpublished. That's not fair. I didn't even read that. Well, that's disappointing.
Marcus commented as to why it wasn't used.
They couldn't use it because Wanda went crazy 3 issues later. Marcus. And there's Michael. Hey, Michael. We featured a piece of your artwork earlier, but no, yeah. Mickey's got a good eye for art, and this is just a beautiful piece. So, and then clearly the creators are a part of this one. Look at that laptop. I bet you that weighs about 10 pounds. So.
Look at how thick it is. You can see how it's from the drawing.
Exactly. You can hear it's louder than Iron Man's armor. Whatever noise that's making, that the fans on that thing are running hotter. That's right. And look, Michael McIsaac, first to comment. Hawkeye does not look happy to have the new creative team around. I, on the other hand, enjoyed their work on the title, and this is a wonderful piece. So
Hawkeye's a big Byrne fan. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. But again, great piece. Whether it was published or not, it should have been. So nice piece to show off, Mickey. And again, thank you for always. You make great art drops on CAF regularly, and I know you've got plenty more to show off. So looking forward to future posts by you. So my last piece.
I was gonna pick this one too.
I got it. I really wasn't very familiar with Wes Craig's work until I've seen their work before, and so I actually went over to Cadence, right, and did some research. Maybe I'm like, I got to pick up a piece by Wes because I love the style. I mean, it's so good. What a great page. I mean, I know there's it's pretty brutal. Lots of action going on in here.
I didn't pick this because it's got the F word on it, Bill.
I know, and it was funny.
Oh,
I saw that too, and I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I wasn't going to read it.
dang.
But see, so now you can, if you just
Well, you picked it. Somebody picked it. This thing just blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. Well, that's why I was surprised when you didn't pick it, because I saw it. This is one I picked today when I was finalizing my 10 picks. I that's why it's last, because I had kind of had it in the order that I chose them.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, why did Chris not pick this one? This seems like right up Chris's alley. So I mean,
It is.
I mean, it's tough looking at it this close. I want to go back and look at the smaller image just because, man, look at that. Those, I mean, I don't even know what we want to
It's
call those
almost like-
panels.
It's so little, and it's so frenetic that it's almost like Spy versus Spy on those top two rows.
Right, right.
And it's so simple too. Like it's basic. There's no real like gradation, right? It's either black or it's not, and then it's got some, like small hatching in it.
Yep, I agree, and I was happy to see that this is kind of the style carries over in Wes's work. Now that I went over to Cadence and really looked at the body of the work that they had over there, so like Larry said, that's a great one, and Dino said it's after 11, so it's okay if we show the F word on the show, but yeah, no, this is, man, I just love this piece. I want to own this piece.
Yeah, me too.
Gosh. I showed it again.
And then competing offers.
But wow, yeah. Look, I mean, yeah. Gosh, this thing is beautiful. I mean, yeah. I'm usually. It takes a lot for me to be like taken by a piece of art. I mean,
I think ML reads this. ML, if you would comment, I think you read this book. I haven't read it in quite some time, but that's the other thing. I got to the end and I was like, oh my God, did Saya get killed? Is she dead?
It sort of looked like that too. I know.
I need to know.
And this is in Evan Atherton's CAF gallery. So, and I haven't been in Evan's CAF gallery in a while. I'm going to check that out after we're done here as well. Oh, there we go. Let's highlight what Mikhail just said. Andy Robbins, Morgan Social, and Miggs have some great. All right. We will check that out as well. Yeah, well, there you go.
Pick, Bill. Awesome. This is my favorite thing you picked this week.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, that's why I said, I mean, I really was like, what was wrong with Chris? He must not have seen this one.
I saw it and I poured over it and I thought, oh, should I? Because it's got the F word in it. And I was like, no, I won't. Not to mention, I had like 13 picks this week. So it was already like, what am I going to cut?
Yeah. I mean, there was a really great set. I mean, there was a lot of good artwork. I mean, heck, Spidey Fan had some good pieces in here. I mean, I'm going to hop over and look at my little mouse comment. Oh my God, there's a big phalanx on it. So, oh my, what's going on in this world tonight?
Yeah, for and all that. That Cassidy title DPS though was pretty sweet too.
Man, hang on a second. I got to hide this window for a second so I can actually show you what I wanted to show you. Not whose artwork is that? Ruben, now you said you only bought the magazines for the articles. Now we know the truth. Holy smokes, is that not it? I hope that's not where
we were talking about it earlier, to be fair. Yes,
we were, but I didn't think I was going to see it when I went to that page. Holy mackerel.
Got him.
Now I'm glad it's after 11. Holy moly. I did not see that on CAF. So let's see. Changing the date range here. Oh, it's gone. Thank you. Okay, I can bring the page back on. Yeah, oh my gosh. Ruben. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, everybody. This show has gone off the rails tonight now.
In the best way.
In the best way.
Thumbs up.
Did Ruben even get this? Was he here to? Oh, it's art. It is art. You're right. Okay.
That's the name of the dude that posed.
Oh my gosh. I'm not, well, all right. So anyways, I was just going to show you, because again, I shown you this list a few times in the past. This is a way for me to input a date range and find the top commented pieces from that date range. It's how I pick some of the pieces that I end up showing. I should make this thing available to you, Chris. But I think you do a good job. Whatever you're doing it right. But this is my crutch. Whenever I'm like, I can't find a couple pieces. This is a good place to go and look at the top commented pieces. You got a nice Eternals page by Kirby, the Paul Pope Batman Year 100. I like this piece that Ruben posted, the Titans page. You got Sean Gordon Murphy here, Jose Delbo, Wonder Woman piece from Number One Groove Fan. I almost picked that one. Eric put De Los Santos, this National Cartoonist Society piece. Crushing cancer is a big thing, and has come up in Eric's writings a few times. So there was just a lot of really nice pieces in there. This Gary Frank Hulk versus Thor image.
That was awesome.
It was too. And why did I not pick it? I'm trying to remember here. Let me see. Was it because it had it was because the scan was too small. You know what? I wanted to see the detail on this one, so I skipped it over. So let me see. Whose was it? Oh, it was in Simon K's CAF gallery. It's premium. Simon, you could put a big scan in there. If it was a big scan, I was going to pick it. But
I didn't pick it because I thought I had already picked another Simon K piece, and I was like, I don't want to do two, and then I didn't. I could have picked it.
Man, the chat is just killing me with that.
It's a good fat night. Yeah,
need some Kirby foreshortening. Stiff competition.
It's like it's coming right at you.
Oh my god, exactly. But let's see, what other pieces could I have featured and I didn't? I mean, this whole row here from McSpidey fan, a Daryl R. detective
I
piece.
like the Bermejo Punisher too. That was cool.
Oh, right. Another one by Daryl. I thought that was really, really awesome as well. Nice Art Adams. Here was my pick from there. You got Frank Miller. Nice Riley Brown. I mean, I tend to not. I don't know why I kind of skip over Riley Brown because he's repped by Anthony, and I'm like trying not to play favorites. I really like the work that Riley's been putting out. The last 5 years, he's been top notch. I mean, so but I skipped over that for that reason. There's your pick. I mean, this Alex Maleev was talked a bit about on Facebook and a few other places. Again, just a lot of great artwork here. Brian Norton. The piece he picked up on Dueling Dealers probably a month and a half ago. We're going to have Brian on the chat next Tuesday for my interview. There was just so many really, really nice pieces. Another Paul Pope. There was, a lot of great artwork added on to CAF last week that clearly we both had to skip over. Here, what do you got here? Jason had an Andy Kubert piece. So Simon Bisley, Doom Patrol. I mean, my gosh. I mean, 10 picks some weeks just is not enough. I mean, I even liked this Anacleto piece that Kirk posted, but I'm sure it's for sale.
Alpha Flight?
Yeah.
It's not for sale. It's his. I had.
Oh, really?
I had that in my cart this week for it was one of the three that I edited.
Well, I actually didn't pick it because I just assumed it was for sale. So but again, so you can see this was a really fantastic week. So many pieces of artwork could have gotten picked here. I even like the Typhoid Mary Romita Jr. sketch. So and then even look down here at the bottom, this Bruce Timm, the Big T's page.
I love that hard-boiled stuff that he does too. That's so good.
Yeah. See, I want to look at that one over here. Look at that. I mean, that's just beautiful. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So plenty of great artwork added that we both had to skip over, but
it's the way it is.
I can tell you one piece of art that's not going to be in our top picks next week, and it was posted by Ruben.
Only because I'm not going to be picking next week, Ruben.
That is right.
Otherwise, you'd be seeing some big pixels.
Holy mackerel. Whew, man. So, all right. Let me just close this so we don't have any more accidents happen tonight. Let's see. So, well, Chris, we did it. We got another show in. We got it done before 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that's good. As always, I appreciate your time here on the show, Chris. It's always an educational moment for me. And have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. All right. See ya. Oh man. So man, Ruben, how could you do that to me, man? Man, oh gosh. What? I didn't even see that. How is that even that? I don't even, I'm going to have to go check out your CAF gallery now to figure out what the intent of that image was. But I'll do that after the show is over. But thank you, everybody. As Nick just mentioned, for tuning in tonight. We had obviously a long show with the Comic Link recap, which was I know Albert really does enjoy getting to hang out with all of us. He really does. I know he comes off as if he doesn't care. He really has better things to do, but he really doesn't. He's a guy that likes to hang out with the team, and he's a part of the team now. So it's only lines, Bill. I know, Marcus, it's only pencil on paper. How can you? I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. I was just a little surprised. So at any rate, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about tonight. I've got a 3-day weekend ahead of me, and I'm looking forward to it. So I look forward to seeing what everybody posts to CAF over the weekend. We've had the last couple weekends. There's been a lot of that art I showed there was actually posted over Saturday and Sunday. A lot of the stuff that I've been showing off and picking, I feel like is coming in later in the week. So even though I'm kind of looking at the art throughout the week, I found that the Saturday Sunday drops that people are making seem to make it into the show a little bit more than than usual. See, Ruben says, "What did I do?" I did show it. That was the problem. I did show it, and it's one of the top commented pieces out there. So, Dick Jordan, you guys got 1 million of them. So at any rate, I'm gonna call it quits. We've got a busy week next week. Starting off with Monday, we've got that X-Men talk with Larry, Jason, Tatiana, and I, and that's gonna be fun. I'm sure we're gonna. I don't even know what the prep work is for that one. Larry's been my guide on that one. I don't know if he's going to ask us to pick representative examples, or we're just going to talk about the artwork and why we have a top 5 creator piece. Which creators we appreciate the most on X-Men and why. Gosh, guys, you're killing it. I gotta call it a night so the chat can take a sigh of relief, a deep breath, and meditate maybe for the next hour on what they've seen this evening. So I will see you guys on Monday with the team of Larry, Tatiana, and Jason, and we're gonna have a fun conversation. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks as always for being in the chat. You guys make my nights hanging out here with me. And as Jason just told me, we've got a meeting tomorrow night. So I guess I'm going to get the notes. And as Jeff said, Paul Smith, I gotta get out of here. So all right, listen, everybody, have a great weekend. Love you all, and I will see you on a Monday evening with a great team and a great debate about our favorite X-Men artists. Good night.